countdowns dropping in hot today. I think we're live. I was saying to Bigley this afternoon that I've been streaming for 5 years now, and tonight I feel nervous. I feel like first time streaming nervous because I've never streamed like this. I've never streamed here on the Book of Faces, and that's totally new. So here we go. I hope you guys are ready for it. It's new to me. Oh, Miss Bigley herself. You are live. Confirmation from downstairs. Looks like the chat aggregator's working. There are, believe it or not, a ton of levers twisting, knobs turning. Joe coming in hot. What's up, pumping? Yes, thank you for the like and for helping me test my alerts as well, by the way. Thank you very much and welcome. I'm excited because this is the first. It's a few firsts tonight, actually. Our first stream on the Book of Faces. Our first stream under the relaunch, the newly launched Baz and Bigley conglomerate, if you will. Joe's driving. All right, well, drive carefully, Joe. Keep your eyes on the road, my dude. But your ears right here. It's an audio-visual experience, so we'll cater to all of that. But you just make sure that you drive safe and arrive alive, as they say. All right, there we go. My monitor is up now. Now it feels comfortable. Now it feels familiar, I suppose. Watchtower 247, hello. Yes, chat coming at me from all directions. I love it. This is good. So I'm going to give you a little bit of a narrative here. We're going to start. First of all, I'll introduce myself. My name is Brad, a.k.a. Shambazzle Games, the Baz in Baz and Bigley. And there's a bit of a story about how that all came around. First of all, like I said, I've been streaming for about 5 years and on Team Purple for a while. And I love it thoroughly. I've got, like, I can keep an eye on things. It's amazing. Skarshack, welcome. Good to see you, my friend. Hello, hello. Dr. Feargood, I had a fright. I couldn't find you. Well, you found us, baby. Welcome, Dr. Feargood. Oh, my familiar faces. Friends, I'm so happy to see you guys here today. I was nervous. You can ask Bigley. I was a little bit nervous coming on, even though I've done this a million times. And the funniest thing is, my computer crashed at 6:51. But the instincts kicked in. The instincts kicked in. The professional streamer in me awoke. No, it wasn't anything that dramatic, but it was a little bit dramatic. It was quite stressful, actually. But that's how we do. We just roll with it. We just keep it light and positive and full of good vibes, and that's what we're here for today. So night one on the Book of Faces. Really fun to be here. I'm glad you guys came. There are a lot of moving pieces in what we're doing right now with this new platform. So I have an aggregator, which means, yes, Facebook Gaming is going to be our new platform of choice moving forward. It is our home, but as many of you have already seen now, you can still find us on your favorite platform. And I won't say too much about that. Just rest assured that there was a lot of testing, a lot of sweat, and a lot of sed nervosa to come in. But we are off to a good start now. We're live, we're hot, and for me, another first, a second first, if you will, is a great and much needed, long-awaited return to what I built my channels on in the beginning, which was Dungeons & Dragons and tabletop role-playing games. So that's why we thought it would be nice to kind of pay it homage, even though this is Baz and Bigley, and the big part of our focus for streaming here on Facebook will be the work that Bigley and I do together, the morning show, 2Play, the Saturday morning pajama stream, all that good stuff. This is homage to where it all started. So every Wednesday night is going to be the Dungeons & Dragons Megastream. So if you're a veteran of the TTRPG space, if you've been doing it for a long time, or you're totally new to it, or you're interested in it, or even if you're not really interested in it, we always have really great discussions. You'll see some really cool things here, I think, in my unbiased opinion. And yeah, I'm really excited to share that with you. I did have a countdown, but I realized, that it kind of turns off when I don't start the scene. So let's just do this. Here you go. There's the countdown. And the reason we do that is because on Facebook, we want to jump right in the action. I'm not a big fan of the 15-minute countdowns. I've always kind of not really loved them as a viewer, and even less so as a content creator, because I felt like I was ready to go. I'm primed, I'm fired up. I want to get on. I want to chat with people. I want to enjoy this. And I'd have to wait like 15 minutes for it to come around. And that was a little bit anticlimactic for me. So we have abolished the 15-minute countdown, thankfully. And we're just going with this little countdown right up there. That's going to basically give us a little bit of time to get primed up, to start to chat for a few minutes, and then we're going to pop right into the action with the D&D Megastream. So, ask me anything you like. Throughout the stream, of course, I like to be highly interactive. I'll chat more. I'll be focused more on chatting with you folks than I will be mainly on what's happening on screen most of the time, but I really just enjoy having it. So don't be shy. If you have any questions, no matter what platform you're on, go ahead and shoot me a message. If you can't find me here, then hit me up on stream. Nikki, thank you very much for the host. Much love, Nikki. Seeing ya. I'm still learning, though, how these Facebook tools work, so that's a little bit of a learning curve for me. I am getting alerts on Twitch, and I see Mildred the Monk. Thank you very much for the follows a while ago, but every follow gets a song. Mildred the Monk helps us get along. Welcome, Mildred, to the Checkmates. You're part of an amazing group of tabletop gaming, video gaming enthusiasts, aficionados, and gurus, and most importantly, the best community the world over, made better by your presence here. And I just realized I'm going to have to change that, aren't I? I'm going to have to change that because we're no longer the Checkmates. We actually called out to our audiences and we said, hey, help us name the fandom. We don't know what to call it anymore. We've got a lot of really great suggestions, but I just noticed Mr. Mark dropping us a like. Thank you for liking the stream, Mark. Hello and welcome. This is it, baby. We're doing it live. Now, I don't have alerts coming in from Facebook. So as we go through this, we're going to learn it together. I'm not really sure why. I'm kind of looking at the dashboard here for Facebook Live. It is totally new. And I don't really know where to look for things. So that's really interesting to me. Because when I was on Team Purple, we'll say. Oh, hey, I do. Here we go. I've got it. I got it here. I see you, Nikki. I see you on the Book of Faces. Yeah. Nerdy Chicken. Represent. Here we go. This is what we want. Okay, so we're going to get rid of this old one. I'm going to replace it with the working one. Behind the scenes, what you might not see here is I have like 1,000 windows open, which is probably what prompted that crash earlier. That might be, that is most likely actually why the stream crashed earlier. Because I have too much ish opened up here. See what we got. Yeah, there we go. That looks good. All right, cool. I'm still not seeing likes on these things. I'll have to figure out where I look for that. Such a noob. This is, here we go. Oh, I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it now. It's all clear. Get it, buddy. Mark says, thank you very much, Mark. Yes. Now I see the chat. That's good. I see chat coming up. I see events here. Okay, I got you. Got you, baby. Right here. So this is how we do. This is how we do in Facebook land. Yes. Do you need a crew for Facebook too? Nikki, of course, one of my incredible mods. She's more than that, though. She's a solid friend. My East Coast sister. Yes, loving it. Eventually, Nikki, yes, absolutely. I would love that if you're interested. I do want to be presumptuous, but I would love for all and any of my mod crew from Team Purple to come on over and help give us a hand here on the Book of Faces. But I'll tell you what, as I see that countdown winding down, we're getting ready to flip over to D&D Prep. Yes, Nikki, if you're open to that, I would love to have you on board modding on Facebook too. Please consider it. East Coast represent. Indeed. Coast love, baby. This is exciting. It feels like my first time streaming again. And I'm so pumped because getting back to D&D, I haven't streamed a D&D stream in 4 months. It's been 4 months. So today we're going to talk a little bit about everything. I want to do a little sampling, if you will, a smorgasbord of adventure creation, Dungeons and or Dragons. So we're going to do some adventure writing. We're going to talk about the game. Ask me, of course, any questions. Nikki, of course, you're in. Thank you very much. I knew I could count on you. I knew Nikki's got me. Yeah, this is it. I've got my Dungeon Master juice, of course. Don't be concerned. It looks like a giant glass of scotch. That's because it is. Yep. I don't know if I'm even allowed to say that. Our first and last stream on Facebook, everybody. Way too long, Scarcheck. I couldn't agree more. Way too damn long. But the drought is over. Basil's back. Ready to get behind the screen. I see the countdown has ended. That means we're ready to drop it like it's hot. Let's let it roll. Here we go. Yes. How can you not be hyped for that? Now, what you'll see again, in the interest of getting all the kinks worked out, the works kinked out. I don't know what happened here. Did we go down? Oh boy. Is that how long it took? Sorry. There's like a mega delay on this, so I apologize. But there you go. You've got you got super There's nothing can quite lead a super hype motion intro than a good 3 solid 5 seconds of black screen. That's the way to do it. That's a pro streamer life right there. Josh, welcome. Josh hitting us up from the YouTube, the world of YouTubes. Working on 5 worlds, 3 adventures, and teach and train module simultaneously right now. Well, that is exciting, Josh. Josh, of course, does like insane work and requires zero sleep is the word I'm looking for. 0 sleep. Working on my no sleep. Indeed. Game Masters Alliance, hello and welcome. Absolutely, Shu. I got you wherever you are, Shu. It doesn't matter. For you, we'll see you, buddy. It doesn't matter where you are. We're gonna get you. So you choose your flavor of choice, Shu. This is Vashu, of course, another wonderful, long-standing friend of the show. Yay, technology, Scarshack, indeed. So, here's the thing. I'm going to just reset this monitor a little bit because I don't know if the delay is actually normal for Facebook Gaming or if it's something on my monitor. So bear with me a quick second while I restart this monitor here. It won't affect your viewing experience at all, but it will mean that I have to vamp awkwardly until I can bring it back up. There we go. I got it. I can do the thing. Okay, I can do the thing with the stuff. I really don't know how to use this app very well, so. But there you have it. Yay, technology indeed. Yeah, so Shu, what's your preference? Where would you like to experience the experience? Would you typically prefer to chat on Facebook or chat on YouTube? The other thing too is I know I had some hesitation watching folks on the Book of Faces because I didn't know if I didn't know if I wanted to like use my personal account, you know what I mean? Because that's going to be a little bit different for everybody, different levels of comfort and things like that. So I didn't know if I want to do that, but you can actually just start a page for your gamer handle or start up an alias for your gamer handle. You can interact with the stream as your page. So that's a neat tip too. If you just create a page for whatever your gamer handle is, you can come in, you just flick the toggle switch on the comment box, and that'll let you interact as your page if you're so inclined. I'm just saying. All right, I got to get some of this junk out of my way because this is getting a little bit nutty. Let me get some other posts up here. I think we're good. I know we're alive, I'll tell you that. I know that we are live. All the things have gone out. Okay. I have like a process, right? A pre-stream process where I go through, like, get all my tweets out and things like that. And that is usually it's automated, right? I just kind of go through without thinking too much about it. Yeah, I think you Game Masters GMA, we're gonna call you Game Masters Alliance because it's easier for me to say and I'm lazy. Yeah, I think I've avoided chatting on FB if I use my personal account, but I have this one. Yeah, exactly, right? Like, we all have our secret identities. You know what I mean? No harm in it. No harm in it. Thank you very much, Nick, for the share. I did say similar to a host in the former the land where we came from. If we put it that way. And another share from Nerdy Chicken. Nerdy Chicken, by the way, you should really check that out. Check her out. Look up Nerdy Chicken. Nikki runs an amazing boutique shop of all kinds of tremendous nerdery. There's so many beautiful items on there. I will figure out how to do shout outs because that is all part of the interaction. But I don't know about you guys. You're probably a little tired of looking at a blue screen or looking at blue panels. So why don't we just go ahead and get this doing what it was made to do, just like this. There you go. Bang! Dungeons and Dragons stuff on screen. Make it so. Make it so. I don't know what that is. That's Jean-Luc Picard. He's from Australia. It's not the one you're familiar with. This is a different Jean-Luc. This is Jean-Luc Picard, captain of the Starship Enterprise. Just brought FB up and FB lags, our Facebook lags behind Twitch about 10 seconds. Yeah, I think there's like a bit of a built-in lag on Twitch. Thank you very much for helping us test that out, Fear. Dr. Feargood, of course, one of our amazing mods on the Twitchiverse as well. I would love to. That invitation is open to all of my mods, of course. Feargood, if you want, when I figure out how to do it and what it means, we'll bring you right over here to moderate if you are so inclined. Yeah. And if you haven't done so already, gang, please do throw us a follow. I'm happy to announce that we crushed our 100 follower goal before we ever launched our first stream on Facebook. That's incredible. That is, there's no two ways about it. That is strictly your work. You guys showed up for us. A lot of people threw us follows. We need 100 to apply for the Level Up program, which is like the Facebook version of affiliate. So we are well on our way. Now all we have to do is stream and do what we'd love to do. Exactly this thing. So we hope to do a lot more about that. A lot more with that, rather. Today we're talking about, of course, everything D&D. And always on the D&D Megastream, we are going to open up the floor, take lots of questions. Anything you guys want to talk about, it all goes. Andrew, how are you? Hello, and welcome to the stream. You've found us. This is day number 1 here on the Book of Faces, and my first D&D stream in 4 months. It's been way too long since I've got that D&D infusion. I'm so pumped to be back. Guys, I was so excited about this stream. You guys know me. I always get fired up for stream. We're all about big energy, high positivity, interaction. We talk heavy with chat, so don't be stranger. If you are lurking, that's totally fine too. If you just want to chill in the background, throw some tunes on. Whatever you got to do it up. And enjoy the ride. But if you have any questions about anything we do, I am forever DM, which means it's a popular term that we give to people who always spend their time behind the screens. That means I DM all the time, very rarely play, if at all. DM stands for Dungeon Master, by the way. I guess I have to really think this is an intro to D&D type stream today, right? I'm going to start at the start, so I might explain some things that a lot of people know. If you have questions, no matter where you're at in your experience with D&D, if you've never tried it, you're just curious about it, or if you've been playing for decades, there's something for everybody. I used to run a big blog. I ran a site that was strictly dedicated to Dungeons & Dragons. I've been DMing for about 7 years, and I've been playing for almost 35. So there we go. Oh, I know it's been 4 months. I'm still fleshing out my gnome druid who communicates through minor illusions. That's awesome. That sounds great. And that's a good point, actually. It reminds me, the beauty of Dungeons and Dragons, and the first lesson that I teach people is whenever if you're ever curious about like what you can do, it's really not a question of what you can or can't do in the game. It's what you want to try, right? And this is where the adage, like, you can try anything, or you can try it, you can try to do it. It's really, you're only limited by the collective imagination of the table. And the Dungeon Master is the individual who basically just moderates the world, let's say. So if you're sitting around the table of friends and you're set up for D&D night, it truly is amazing. If you've ever considered and you've not tried it, please, you have to give it a shot. It is really incredible, especially if you have a good group of friends to share it with. It is, you sit around, you build this amazing epic narrative together, and anything goes. Really, anything goes. Or like I said, you can at least try anything. A gnome druid who only communicates through minor illusions, I absolutely love. So what kinds of things have you conjured to convey what your druid is trying to communicate? Give me an example, Andrew. That sounds amazing. I love it. So we'll talk a little bit about some of the basic rules. We'll go into some advanced stuff. We'll go into... we're going to talk about map making. I'm going to show you my map making suite today, which I absolutely love. Those of you who know the stream know me well, probably know that that's a bit of a hallmark. It's kind of a flagstone of my stream is map making. I love to build 3D animated maps for my games, and I love to write. I love DMing, which is why I've been able to sit behind the screen for as long as I have. And next up for the stream, once we get settled into this new schedule and our new home here on Facebook, and we work out the kinks, I will be bringing back my weekly streamed game, which features Nerdy Chicken, as well as a couple of other friends of ours from the Twitterverse, Pleasant Doom, Dads and Dragons, and Inked Marvel, or just Drawn Radio over there. And we have been running this really great homebrew narrative. It's a beautiful story, and I can't wait to share it with you. So we'll be returning to that as soon as we can. Sila, welcome. Hello. Seeing us on Team Purple. See, I told you you could find us. We are on the Book of Faces as well. So you know where to find us. You can find us. It's like the streaming multiverse now that we've tapped into. That's where we're at. So what you'll see on screen right now is a little bit behind the scenes rather, of my process. So every game starts with an idea, right? And that idea blooms into a story. And as a DM, we have the option to either create it completely from the ground up, write it, build it however we choose, or we can use something that's pre-published. So when you see Wizards of the Coast or any TTRPG company, they release these campaigns, these hardcover books that are filled with a story that you're intended to take your friends through as adventurers. It is... you can either go that way, but a lot of people, once they get the hang of it, prefer to write their own. Typically, I do a lot of what's called homebrew. So that means that I'm writing it, I'm making up the story, I'm at least making up the story points and the core plot, the backbone of the story arc. And then your players really fill in everything else. So that's what I mean. There's nothing you can't do in Dungeons and Dragons or any this is TTRPGs in general. When you have people sitting around, and then the only thing that comes in between that are the characters that you create and you embody, and you make this brilliant, heroic, epic version of yourself, or something that doesn't reflect you at all. And then what determines the fates, that's where the dice come in. So a roll of the dice can determine whether you're successful in an endeavor or an attempt or an attack or climbing something or swindling something or smooth talking your way out of a difficult situation. And all the other wonderful things that come with it. So, Andrew, well, their name is Mouse. So he introduces themselves. They will conjure a small mouse. Oh, nice. I see. Yeah. So when he's introducing himself, he's like, "This is my name," but he doesn't talk at all. He doesn't use any words at all. That's pretty awesome. I gotta hydrate, y'all. Without dumping a liter of water on my computer, because that will probably inspire another crash, I would say. I think I just spoke for like half an hour straight. That's part nerves, part excitement, mostly excitement. Yes. How are you guys doing otherwise? How's your week going? What is new? What are you excited for this week? What's coming up? Well, give me something that you're really banging for, that you are pumped about this week. None. No words at all. He also doesn't like dealing with NPCs, so this will help get around that. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's good social firewalling, I would say. Yeah. So when I'm developing narrative, the first thing I like to do is, first of all, is structure, right? So I've built this structure for my notes over time. I start with first of all the session numbers. So I number these just like shows. So season 1, episode 1. What I'm looking at right now is basically the next chapter of an arc that my Wednesday group is about to go into. And then we have experience. This is how much experience they gained in the last session, so that they know how much experience they're getting, because characters, just like in any RPG, they will level up over time. And as they increase in levels, they gain more powers, they gain more abilities that you can use in the game. It really is amazing. If none of this makes sense to you, that's totally fine. It can be a little bit overwhelming, but please don't hesitate to ask me any questions. And then, of course, when we start to bring in the Wednesday streaming game, we're going to do this offset from the Wednesday game. So the first week will be D&D Game Prep, the stream that we're in right now. The second Wednesday will be the live streamed game featuring those players, and you can actually see us play through a session, see how it works. So when I do bring that in, we'll offset it. One week will be one, the other week will be the other. But always Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. 4 p.m. Pacific, so I hope to see you here frequently. If you haven't done so already and you're just listening, please do throw us a follow, like the stream. I greatly appreciate your support. Baz and Bigley, we have a ton of great things coming down for you. Christopher, hello, huzzah! How's it going? Is that Trader? Is that Trader? Oh, I love it. The mad, big support from the community. I love you guys so much. Thank you very much for hanging out with us today. Yeah, if you haven't done so, please do throw us a follow here on the Facebooks, because we love your support. We've already hit the follower mark for the Level Up program, so later this week we'll be submitting for that to become, that's Facebook's version of affiliate, I guess, so there we go. Scarshack, still going with XP. Do you prefer compared to milestone advancement? I do personally. I usually I prefer experience advancements over milestone for a couple of reasons. One, I really do prefer for players to feel like they have progressed after every session. And unfortunately, I realized I was lacking the proper headgear. There we go. Unfortunately, I found that with milestone experience, sometimes you can go a few sessions without that reward, right? Jen, thank you very much for the like. Much appreciated. Thank you for the support. Love it, love it. Very, very kind of you. I only know that one because I caught it on my monitor. So if I missed you and you've supported this stream, you throw me a like, I'm sorry. Let me know in chat, because I'm still trying to figure out how to get all those alerts working here. There we go. I think this is it. Oh my god. Oh my god. So they have there's a really good chat box that had, oh, I can pop this out. Hey. They have a really great function here where I can pop all this out. But it still doesn't tell me, like, it doesn't give me like alerts like I'm used to. So it doesn't show what the event is. So if somebody likes the stream, it doesn't show me like XYZ liked the stream or XYZ sent stars. I'm sure there's a way to do it. I'm probably just too new to really know what the F I'm doing. How's that for reality? And of course, as you noticed moments ago when I dropped my follower song, that was also something I'm missing, because in the mornings I stream for a team called Squad State over on Twitch, and the follow songs, basically every follower on the Baz and Bigley stream gets a song. That's right. I will custom sing you an anthem off the top of my head, dropped to the sweet, sweet beats in the background. And I don't always get to do that in the morning on the other stream because it's a Shambazzle Games thing, right? It's a former Shambazzle Games thing. It's a Baz and Bigley thing. Polyhedral, what's up, Jay? Welcome back. Polyhedral Paradise coming at us from the world of YouTubes. Hello, welcome. Good to see you. You found us. Yes, stemming from the Book of Faces. We're on Facebook Gaming now, but streaming worldwide across a plethora of outlets. Good evening. How are you, sir? Doing all right? Feeling good? Getting back to the experience question. Yes, so I prefer experience because I like that like constant rewards, and it makes me feel a little bit more involved in delivering those rewards as well. So after every session, my players will get rewarded. Whereas Milestone, you have to hit a certain part of the story before you get that rewards, and it just feels too baked for me. All my experience is organic, so like whatever level they are is whatever level they are. Milestone always feels really contrived to me. It's just a personal thing, right? Like, and then I worry that it trains players to, instead of worrying about like what they're doing in the game, they're wondering like, have we hit that level yet? Have we hit that level yet? Like, when are we going to get our milestone? You know what I mean? So that's just my preference. That's been my experience with it, but yeah. But there have been some variants that I really like. Like a lot of people use the coin rewards, like currency rewards, you know, gold for experience, things like that. So there are a lot of different takes on it that can work just as well. I don't think one is inherently better than the other, but yeah. That's the deal, y'all. Andrew, I was scrolling through TikTok and someone did a unique variant on the 4D6 drop the lowest. What is that? I just saw an alert go by and I'm going to see it again in my monitor in a second. Oh, that is, oh my God. Hold on. Ampot. Yes, with a big sub over on Twitch and Sphere. Thank you very much for 4 months, baby. Much appreciate you. Speaking of song and being subscribed, should probably hit a button for this month. Hey, there you go. And Pod, the force of freedom, adventure calls, and they will answer. And Pod, always good for it. Oh, yeah. Welcome, Ampod. Thank you very much for the new subscription or the continued subscription. Honestly, I just wanted to sing. So there you go. And Ampod's a good peep. So there you go. I want to give it up. There you go, Ampod. Much love to you, baby. Thank you very much again for the continued support. Greatly appreciate ya. Inspiration awards for the win. I love inspiration. I love the inspiration mechanic. I use it liberally, but I only use it in specific circumstances. Gamer Mom Luna with the big sub. Lunario. A new alias, is it? Luna, hello and welcome. Thank you very much for the sub. 7 months strong. Whoa. Much love, Luna. Thank you very much. Haven't been here in a bit. Me neither. Not in the D&D sphere anyway, that's for sure. Russ, hello, baby. Yes. I knew I'd get you. I knew I'd see you. Look at you. Found your voice. Welcome, Russ. Thank you very much. Empire. The Empire. Oh, Lurario. Oh, my God, Lurario. Yes, it has been a little while. Welcome back. Gamer on Luna. There you are. Hey, can't stick around, but super glad to see you. Likewise, Luna. Always a pleasure. And look at this. Look. It's D&D. It's D&D stuff. It's back, baby. Back to the dungeons and/or the dragons, rolling up in a super sweet hot wagon full of gear and adventurers, going into the dungeon to wreck it, yo, and get the loot. So here we go, put it together now. Get with me now, roll it up hot. Oh yeah, it's a D&D rap, said nobody ever, because that's not a thing. But it is now. It is. What's good, Luna? I will take you for as long as you have, my friend. And what a pleasure it is. There's a lot of new things happening. Luna, we have to get back together. Things have finally smoothed out for me a little bit. I would love to make good on a rain check. I still have not forgotten how terrible I felt. Luna is part of an amazing collective of wonderful folks called Shared Experience. If you haven't done so yet, Luna, I'm going to figure out how to do shout outs on Facebook, but Shared Experience, follow them on Twitter at Shared Experience, one word. And Luna runs Tales from the Tavern, which is a really amazing weekly roundtable podcast. Stop me if I'm off on any of this, Luna. And I was honored and flattered to have the incredible fortune to be welcomed back, and I had to bail last minute. Long story short, really messy situation, but I had to bounce, and it really sucked. I haven't forgotten about it, Luna, and I feel like I owe you. I want to come back. Please let me have a rain check. And I felt so crappy for having to bounce out of that. It sucked. We have an amazing community here in the tabletop role-playing game sphere, and you would be well off to join it, and terribly welcome as well. So let me get caught up on chat here. You write about players wondering when they might level up, right? If you delve too deeply into that milestone, I worry that it trains players to kind of try to keep looking out. Polyhedral, using Streamlabs? No, I'm using OBS. I do use Streamlabs for alerts and bots and things like that, but I will not touch slobs with a 10-foot pole. That stands for Streamlabs OBS, by the way. If you're new to streaming, or if you have any questions on streaming, I'm more than happy to talk about that kind of stuff too. Streamlabs OBS. Streamlabs has like a browser-based version of web streaming software or live streaming software, and it's notorious for having a crap ton of problems. So I have not gone there. So I use Streamlabs for my alerts, for notifications, things like that. But not for actually streaming. Polyhedral found me on the YouTube, so the YouTube stream is working. That's good. Good to see. Everything seems to be firing on all cylinders. Andrew, that's what keeps you subscribed on Twitch are the songs. Well, there you go, baby. I got you. I got you. And I'm so happy to be back to the songs too. Yes, that is a former Shambazzle Games standard, which is now a Baz and Bigley standard, and I'm happy. You can tell I might be a little rusty. I gotta do my warm-ups. Fair, we gotcha. Nerdy watching us on the YouTube. She's there. She's there. She's everywhere. Nerdy chicken looking down on us with the grace and the poise and all the internet toys, from YouTube to Facebook to Twitch, Twitter, and back. Nerdy Chicken is with us, and that ain't no slackjack, no. Settle into this vibe right here. Oh, I miss this, guys. I miss this so much. Woo! I feel like I'm playing piano, but it's just a keyboard that has buttons that do things. But one of those things is turn up the volume on the chill vibes. That's right. It's hump day, Wednesday, D&D night. Feeling alright, friends in tow. This is how we do it, yo. Oh, this is how we do it, yo. Hey, I'm way behind on chat. I'm too excited, I can't keep up. All right. You combine them both, Polyhedra. Okay, got you to track XP, but you give XP for many things that are not combat. And I think that makes sense. I do as well. I don't like strictly giving experience for combat because we don't want to turn a game into hack and slash. It ignores a lot of the really great role play and nuance and relationship building that goes into the game as well. So I have, as you'll see on screen, actually, I have two main pillars: story, combat, and story experience and combat experience. And that speaks to exactly that reason. And in a lot of cases, my player will tell you that there is way more experience to be had and earned for clever story than there is for combat. Because what I do is I split the combat experience, I divide it equally between all players and all NPCs who are involved in the combat and helping out. So, there you go. I see a lot of alerts coming through. Oh my god, Shaggy! Shaggy! Yes, Shaggy, good to see you, my friend. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us here today. I'm still trying to figure out how to keep up with the alerts. I don't really know how to do it yet. I think I understand. I think I understand. But I'm not, I'm still trying to get the hang of this. It doesn't tell me. I don't have like alerts like you would with Words escape me. Like events, like you'd see on Team Purple. You know what I'm saying? So I still don't quite know how to get that. I still don't know how to do that. But we will figure it out. And if I missed you, I'm so sorry. It's strictly because I'm new. Please let me know in chat if I've missed something. Keep me honest. Shag, I told you I'd be here, cutie. Oh, yeah, cutie. That's right. Surprise the DM and get extra cred. That's exactly it. That's exactly it. I mean, it's not about surprising me. It's about just contributing to an amazing story. And that's the game that I run is heavily story oriented. I go for that like epic arc feeling of like Game of Thrones, your Mandalorian, that kind of sweeping arc. That's the experience I want my players to feel like they're a part in building. And Nick, you keep me honest on that. I mean, you don't have to answer that. It'd be pretty stacked. I wouldn't expect you to argue with me on that because I'm gonna kill your character, but no. But I that's the kind of game that I enjoy running. So that's what I usually go for. When I'm building these things out from the ground up, that's what I'm aiming for. Hawkmere with the big sub. 3 months. Thank you so much, Hawkmere, for your support. Love it. Greatly appreciate you, of course. Always so active. Always looking out for us. Thank you a million times over. Appreciate you, dude. Thank you. So slick. What's up? This is it, baby. We're back to D&D. Night 1, launch stream, Baz and Bigley now live in our new home on Facebook. But as you can see, we're always keeping an eye on the Twitchosphere, the Twitterverse, the YouTubes, and now the Book of Phases. You are the most epic storyteller ever, Board. Thank you. Very kind. There's some pretty heavy epics headed your way the next time we play. And don't kill Cloud. Yeah, no. I couldn't believe that if I tried. I appreciate the effort, but I can't buy it. I will always aspire to be that, but you know. I gotta keep my feet on the ground too, you know what I'm saying? We gotta keep it real here. It's Dungeons, it's Dragons. We love it. That's right. Andrew, you were saying on TikTok they did the 4d6 drop the lowest. Oh, so this is the variation you were talking about you saw on TikToks, the TikToks. Polly, look through the power of teleport. I'm now watching a Twitch, indeed. So they did the 4d6 drop the lowest. What that means, just to give some context for people who might know, is you have 6 attributes in the game that determine basically your character's physical makeup. Those are strength, dexterity, constitution, intelligence, wisdom, and charisma. How you determine what those abilities are is you roll dice at the beginning when you're creating your character. The character creation process is probably one of the most beloved practices in the game. A lot of people really enjoy that part because that's where you get to determine to build this avatar that's going to represent you in the game, whether it's a beefy, heavy axe swinging fighter or a limber, flipping, acrobatic style rogue or archer, wizard, anything like that. Like that's where player or character creation comes into it. So in order to determine what those values are, you roll. It's randomized, right? Which makes each character a little bit different and special. So what Andrew's talking about, typically the practice is you roll 4 d6s or 4 6-sided dice. You keep the 3 highest, you add those up, and that's your result to a maximum of 18. And a minimum of 3, of course. So what you're saying, Andrew, is they did the 4d6 drop the lowest, where they did it 9 times and arranged the numbers in a 3x3 grid and did a connect 3 twice to the stats. Very interesting. Sounds way too complicated for me, but I'm here for it. I'm all about new practices. Yeah, I have to look that up. That sounds really interesting, though. Scarshack still trying to do perfect teleport. Not hard with a cell phone. Yeah, you got extra devices. Baz is getting high on this. Oh, I'm so there, baby. And the DM sauce doesn't hurt either. -3 to sobriety. I'm not sorry. Shaggy, how's it going tonight? How you feeling? We doing okay? We doing all right? Welcome. Good to see you over here. Thank you very much for the support. Much love. I will not kill Cloud. If anyone's going to kill Cloud, it has to be you. But you're a smart player, Nikki. I know you'll do well. Guys, if you haven't seen it yet, you can find all those episodes over on YouTube, youtube.com/BazandBigley. If you're so inclined, you want to check out some of those episodes, just skip through it, but get a good chunk of story I know watching a D&D game online might seem like a weird thing to some people, but if you give it a minute, like give it a couple of episodes, just see how you like it. Very quickly, I thought it was like, I can't watch people play D&D. It's not my thing. But very quickly, I learned that it was very easy for me to get roped into, and it just started to feel like watching another show, you know, something like Critical Role or things like that. Not that I'm saying that's where we are at, but that is the deal. That's kind of the half part of it, so. Oh, Game Master's line's gonna get. Oh, yes, yeah, sorry. Game Master's. Whoops. I got skipped down. Hold up. Yeah, I will. Hair's not long and flowing enough for that, Nikki. Right. I see what you did there, GMA. I know what you mean. We can only look up to the granddaddy of DMing, can't we? Wiggles, what's good? Everything is new. I like a very clean look. I miss that old tavern though. Oh, we still have the tavern. We started in the dirty hole just for kicks. That's right. That's the name of the bar. If you missed that, the show intro actually looks something like this. Welcome to the dirty hole. This is the tavern you're talking about, Wiggles. We still got it. We still hold the lease for the dirty hole. Don't worry. This is the staging ground for all of our adventures. We always start here at the bar. Do you think I got this? You think I just conjured scotch? I didn't have that one prepared, so I had to get it from the bar. There we go. Shaggy, you're sick, so not well. Oh, really, dude? Well, just sit back, chill. We got you. I'm going to cruise into this day. I hope you feel better soon, though. It's important to remember that we can't just be sick, right? Let's not forget, like, things like just colds and stuff do exist, so hopefully it's, easy, regular kind of run-of-the-mill sick, and you'll bounce back quickly, my dude. And that ends another track. Let's go back to the workshop. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right on. There you go. See Wiggles? Tavern's still there. She's not going anywhere. Andrew, I'll post pictures in Discord. Makes much more sense with picture aid. Yes, please do. Please do. And gang, if you haven't done so yet, please do follow us on Discord. I don't know how to post that in Facebook chat either, but I have to set up the commands and stuff like that too. Oh my goodness. Dang right, I'm just watching an amazing showmanship and an amazing voice. Thank you. So kind. You got your wife to follow the Verario. Thank you very much. Bring the whole family on in. We're ready to go. Almost an hour into stream, having an amazing time. I haven't really done anything D&D oriented. We talked a lot about it, but that's the name of the game, and that's how I like to run the stream, right? Like I said, we have things to do on stream, but chat is number one, right? Like this back and forth, the time we spend together talking about things, just getting caught up. That's why I do it. So I love it more than anything. And the other stuff we do in the background, well, it's just that. It's background, right? It's good times that we can just glide into and have a grand old fiasco, as it were. That's the other thing, too, I like to voice. I voice all my NPCs. I love it. I can't wait to get back to playing. Gina, are you excited? Gina Bigley, by the way, is Steph Bigley. Gina is one of her characters in our long-standing home game, Charisma Check. And she's a bard. And she's very atypical, stereotypical. She's hilarious. But that's where Gina Bigley comes from. And that's actually where the Bigley and Steph Bigley comes from. So, in case you're wondering, honey, the score is 2-1 for the bad guys. That's right. She's watching the great national pastime right now, which just came back. Andrew, thank you very much for posting the Discord info. Appreciate you, dude. So there's Discord. I'd love for you to join us over there. We have a lot of really great community stuff going on there. And there's going to be a lot more. I'm about to blow Discord wide open too, by the way, gang. We built a lot of really cool things in there that I originally had for Patreons, but I'm going to open it up to everybody because it's really about community at the end of the day, right? It's how we do what we do together. Thanks a million, Andrew. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you, sir. Very kind of you. Hey, don't worry. I'm watching on all the platforms. Thank you, China, for organically popping up the view count. Appreciate it. There is a little bit of a game to all of it, isn't there? I have an alert list, but it doesn't really seem to be giving me all of my Facebook alerts. Anyway, I'm going to play with that later. I don't really understand it just yet, but we'll learn it together in time. In the meantime, let us go into... Oh my God, Andrew, I just figured it out. Anpot. I'm deaded. I just figured it out, man. Woo. Got it. I got it. That's really clever. Okay. Okay, now we're good. Yes, Community Among Us is starting next Monday, right? Anpot? Is it next Monday or the Monday after? So one of the big things we're doing, thankfully, through the generous work of Anpot, Andrew Chat, Nerdy, and Pleasant Doom, who I hope you'll have the pleasure of meeting soon, is running community games. And we started running that with Among Us. So they throw out the call on Monday evenings. It's Monday the 18th. We're starting with Community Among Us. And we want to open up a lot more community gaming. So if you're looking for a bunch of great folks just to kick around with, play some of those games like Among Us, who knows what else we might get into as things progress. But we're going to start doing that community gaming Monday nights over at the 18th. So join the Discord there. Scroll up a couple of lines in the Facebook chat. On Twitch here, I'll give you the love in Twitch. It's right there. I have to read my own chat rules. Cool. I think I know them. Yeah, because I wrote them. All right. That is a Hamilton reference, in case you didn't know. Did it not work over there? We'll see. Did I spell Discord wrong? Anyway. Johnny, can you throw the Discord link in? I think it's !Discord. It should work over there. I don't know why that wouldn't be working. I'm enjoying Raft, which is super fun and can be played together. I saw some of those screenshots, and it just came up free to play, didn't it? Or it was free to play or free on stream for a bit. Yeah, they just launched a new expansion for Raft, didn't they? That seems really cool. Is it not working? Maybe it's not working. Here, I'll pull. No, I can't do that. I'll leave it to you guys. Thanks. Yeah, Raft seems really cool. Neato. All right, let's get back to a little bit of D&D talk, because I do actually have to get some of this stuff done in preparation for some of my upcoming games. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk a little bit about what it looks like to build, and then we're not going to go too far into this, but as always, of course, ask me any questions you have about D&D. But then we're going to get into the map making, which is something I'm really excited to show you. So while I am waiting to get that going, let's just keep going down here with the prep. So once I figured out the story experience, combat, and then we have total experience, then what I do is I just write a little bit of intro. This is the session intro, and that might be something really basic, like, well, not really basic. It's typically it is a recap of the last session. So it might be something like, when we last convened, the companions were stuck in a mire-filled canyon without any help or association, thrust into the whim of a madman, seeking an ancient dragon, and yada, yada, yada. We kind of go on about that, right? Like last time, this is what happened. It's a session recap, just like a show recap. Very simple. Then we go into, I usually have a little bit of a description for each scene, and then the story points are broken down into scenes. And in those scenes, I have short notes, which just let me keep an eye on at a glance what's happening in the story. So it's really not very... My approach as a DM is to not be too heavy-handed or involved. It's really for the players to determine what they do and how things play out. This just lets me know, like, what are the important story arcs and how they might react to certain things. Also in here, I'll put voicing notes. So here's an individual named Volgorn. He's a human male guard. That's my short form for that. And then I have voicing notes. So he's a low gravity Jason Statham type. So you might meet Volgorn and he might say, well, what do you think you're doing out here so late? Where's your bus? You would say, what pass? You don't know that you need a pass to be out this late at night. Well then, not from around here, are you? And then that's how we interact with one another. So it might be something like that. Just basically helps me get into the voicing really quickly so I can be that NPC. And the reason I make those notes is because if my players go back to that NPC later in time, I want it to have the same voice, right? Because that's going to create consistency and fluidity in the world and make it feel much more like a lived-in experience. And that's key for creating immersion and ambiance as a DM for your players to explore those created worlds in. Anyway, that's a little bit about how I note take. We're going to get a little bit more into that as we go on with the D&D mega streams. We're going to talk a lot more about prep and the process, all that good stuff. Captain Crazy, what's up? Hello and welcome. How's it going? Still on the Twitch versus Indeed. You can find us there. We are based out of Facebook Gaming too, so if you're so inclined, please do check us out over there as well. But choose your flavor. It doesn't matter to me. What matters most is that you show up, you hang out, and you have a great time. That is it, my friends. That's the only requirement. Be awesome and enjoy awesome. Wiggles, I've been introducing D&D to my 6-year-old during lockdown. He's obsessed with Minecraft, so I themed it around that and simplified some mechanics and stuff. I'm running out of ideas, so I need some tips and suggestions. First of all, that's amazing. Are you pulling from like the Minecraft lore, like the Enderman, Enderman, the Enderman, and the dragons? Are you pulling like that kind of lore to put into that experience? I think that's really cool and so great for kids too. And that's another thing I love about the system is it's so easy to tailor it for whoever you're playing for. There are a lot of young kids who play, a lot of parents who play with their kids, a lot of teachers who run D&D clubs for their kids too. It can really go anyway that way. Silent like D&D, like to try D&D sometime? You know who your guy is. Once the dust settles and we get a little bit better at doing this on Facebook and things even out, I would love to open up more games. Love it. As Basil goes into his best Twilight Zone intro, indeed. December 4th. It was a murky, misty, late autumn eve. The kind that levies weight on the shoulders of even the strongest of heroes. But today, ours are broken. A long, arduous journey from the deep caverns of Dorenzay have pulled the last tendrils of strength from their weary bones. Their weapons tested, notched, and some broken. The only thing left to carry them forward with any measure of success is the pure hope they have that they too soon will see their loved ones yet again, lest death take them before their time. What monster did you base the creeper on? Yes. Did you bring some of that stuff in? Wiggles. So far, he rescued Ruben, the pig from story mode, from a cave full of spiders. I bet he loved it. He must have enjoyed it. Rescued Steve from a zombie attack. I'm going to use skeletons next. Nice. What about a skeleton king? That's a good classic trope. What do you think? What if you did like a skeleton king? What if you did like a skeleton king thing? That was, what are the NPCs? What are the citizens called in Minecraft? I forget. The people? Like, you can meet them in the world and they're like, they have huts and stuff. What about a skeleton king that has some kind of plot where they're using those people to conduct their business on the surface, but they're kind of, skeleton king and his minions or her minions who are puppeteering the villagers and pillagers, and there's a deeper plot at play. What about something like that? I don't know. I'm just spitballing. I could do this all day. You know what I'm saying? That's right. Okay. So, and then of course I have a selection of official source books in PDF form. I don't have all of them. They're quite labor intensive. But as I migrate my operation over to Fantasy Grounds, which is a VTT or virtual tabletop that allows us to play immersive Dungeons and Dragons over the internet, which is a critical component in these trying times of ours that allow us to continue to develop that table play experience and the camaraderie that happens in a game of Dungeons and Dragons over distance, which of course is more important now than ever. So I'll be moving to Fantasy Grounds. I'm going to start buying the electronic versions there, which will be way easier for me to just pull those electronic versions up and reference them that way. So I'm excited about that too. That's another evolution that we're going to do to take the stream in that direction. But for now, let's go back to the bar. Let's refresh our Dungeon Master sauce. And we're going to talk about my map making suite, which I'm going to show to you next. And I'm so excited to share that with you. It's one of my favorite things to do. It goes like this. Yeah, we're gonna map some worlds, make them from scratch. Here we go. Okay, so I'm just gonna fire this up really quickly. I use a program called Flowscape, which is a mere $20 on Steam, usually Canadian, and it's a really great 3D platform. I know I introduced Dr. Feargood to it a long time ago, and his skills have since like vastly outstripped mine. So it's easy to get into. It's unfortunately equally as easy to stay in, and it looks like this. Here we go into the Flowscape map making suite. This is part 1 of 2. I have, here we go. I'm going to do this a little bit. I have 2 main components to my map making suite, and this is what I do to create the visual dungeons that my players traverse. Now, I use a combination of 2 styles, theater of the mind and tactile or visual aid. So most DMs will either use a combination of both or choose one or the other. Excuse me. Or they'll choose one or the other. So theater of the mind simply means that everything exists in your head. You leave the entire world, like everything that's happening, to your collective imaginations. So that means effectively we sit around a table, virtual or real, and we have our character sheets, and everything that happens in our mind. There are no miniatures, no tactile visual aids, no maps, no physical maps, anything like that. I've always used a combination of both. So when we're in a story moment, if we're working through a town, exploring a store, just having some character interactions, I usually do theater of the mind. So I'll use extremely descriptive language to paint the stage where the characters exist in and all the things that happen. So it might be something like, as you stroll into town, the only sound that heralds you is the lapping, flapping, flittering pennants that hang from crooked, arched cobblestone building to crooked, decrepit building. The footpaths in the town is scarce here, save for the odd stray kitten meandering across the dirt-stained roads. As you walk into the center of town, the smell of sweet baked goods emanates from somewhere well beyond the town, though no life seems to threaten or belie any existence. The wind casts a slow, ominous gust through the various channels and alleys that intersect in the market bazaar as dust devils begin to swirl at your feet. Otherwise, nothing else is threatening. Ahead of you lies the town hall, a stately-looking building that seems to be the only one that's experienced any amount of repair in perhaps millennia. And to the left, the only sounds of life that you see right now is the still lit torches billowing out from a tavern that stinks of stale mead, heralded by the sound of laughter, and the only noise that keeps the town or suggests that any population even exists. And then you throw it over to the characters to tell you what they do from there, where they want to explore, things like that. So, has the bot always be restreamed? No, this is new. So I use Restream to multi-stream to all these wonderful platforms that you can find us on today. Yes, so this is Flowscape, Captain Crazy, absolutely. So what we do in Flowscape, we're going to start out. Let's somebody throw me a biome. Throw me like, desert, mountain, snowscape, dungeon, anything. Somebody give me anything in chat. Give me any idea, any kind of biome at all, and we'll start there while we get fired up here. Forest. A taiga? What? Oh, my God. You had to do it. Had to do it. Taiga, we have woods. I'm going to have to Google taiga, and I'm going to feel stupid doing it, but it's all right. I have no ego. Boreal forest. Okay, so like a rough kind of tundra-esque forest. Is that what we're thinking? Like a tundra forest? After that description, I say we hit the tavern. Let's put a pin in that, Scarshak, because that's actually going to take me into the next jungle, extreme hills. Lots of really great suggestions. So why don't we do let's do like a tundra forest setting to start. Here's how we begin in Flowscape. And keep in mind that the idea here then is to create a landscape that our players can experience, right? And it has been a very long time since I've been in this platform, so bear with me. I like to get high above it. First of all, we're going to clear this because we're going to start from scratch. All right, so what we have here is a palette. We're going to go with we'll go with Boreal Tundra, and let's put a tavern in the tundra. How about that? We can have the best of multiple worlds. Maybe not all worlds, but most of the worlds. Got to give him a challenge. Thanks for going easy on me, Ampod. I appreciate it. All right, so here we are on the base palette for our Boreal Tundra. Let me get my vibe up here. Actually, first I want to... can I make this... I think I set this to full screen, but what I want is borderless window. Wow, I haven't used this in a very long time indeed. Because I think, oh no, I can tab out of it. Okay, I was worried that it wasn't going to let me tab out of it. All right. Let's get some music up here. Let's get some volume. Let's get some music volume to help add to the chill here. I love this. This is like very Bob Rossian to me. I enjoy it a lot. So, all right, what we're going to do is we're just going to flatten this out a little bit. Because we do want, I'm going to make this more or less flat. What do you think? Do we want some water bodies in our forest? We'll do a relatively large forest setting. And then we'll add a tavern here in a moment. You'll see how this works. So like I said, my map making suite exists in two different platforms. One is this one, which is Flowscape. This is where I make my photorealistic exteriors, landscape textures, things like that. And then the second part, or what we imported into, is Arkenforge, the Arkenforge Masters Toolkit. And I'm just such a huge fan of both. I spent a lot of time researching these tools till I found something that was just right. And I use these for my home game because I introduced to my table game when I have people actually come over to my house and play, when we're able to do that again and when we were able to do it again. I have like a flat screen TV that's table born, so it's laid out on the table, and the miniatures actually go right on the TV. So it has animations, it has sounds, and it has this really beautiful backlit like map experience. I love it so much. I put it is the advent of 5 years of streaming. Just to give you a little bit of context, when I started streaming map making, when I started as a dungeon master, I actually hand drew all of my maps with shading. I love to draw them out. I did a complete scale. 2-scale map of everything in Lost Mines of Phandelver. There's a huge cavern at the end of it, the actual Lost Mine. It was 22 by 16 inch engineering pages of graph paper. I drew it all out by hand. I still have that video somewhere in the pictures. I should share them out to you. Did it all by hand. That's how I started. And when I started streaming, actually, I did all that live. I had a laptop opened up on my trumpet case. I used the laptop camera to film me, and I had a mic stand with a webcam suspended over the grid paper, and that's how I streamed when I started. Anyway, it's fun to look back on that stuff. We must never forget from whence we came. Anyway, so as we flatten this out a little bit, what do you think? Yay or nay to water bodies? Are we going to add some water here? Map making and chill, indeed. That's what I love. And now I just want to hit a tavern, though, just the same. All right, let's get down to ground level here a little bit. Just see how the topography looks. I like this. This is cool. Maybe we flatten out a little bit, give it some kind of build up to this hill that we have over here. This is probably going to be close to the scale we do. Now, we can determine the scale of the map. One single pallet can either be, 20 feet by 20 feet, or it can be, I don't know, it could be an entire city, depending on how we graph it, right? How we grid this. So we're going to make a little bit of a cliff here. We'll have it come on over here. Let's say the tavern lives right here. And let's say there's like a little river that flows through here. What do you think? Yeah, stream going through a corner section of the map. Okay, I like that, Scar Shack. How about the stream kind of ends in a pool? Let's say our stream enters from over here, right? Kind of courses down like this, branches off just a little bit of pools here, and then it courses out this way right in front of the tavern. And then I don't know, we might even be able to make like some kind of a waterfall type thing, but let's pull out the stream like this. We'll say it just kind of builds here. And it creates this kind of cavern, and then the tavern will be here. So we'll flatten this out just a little bit. We can tool around with that a bit later. Okay, so now we need water, right? Well, here's how we do that. Okay. Now, it doesn't really serve us for everything to be underwater. So we'll just adjust the height here. We'll bring this up ever so slightly. There we go. How's that now? Just gorgeous. Just gorgeous. I don't know what that voice is. Wiggles, I've seen amazing builds of those D&D tables with the TV in the middle. I'd love to play on one of those someday. Yeah, I mean, mine isn't quite that fancy. I love it to pieces, but it's really literally just a flat screen TV laid on top of the dining room table. But some of those builds are just crazy, man. I'm with you there. I would love to have one of those someday. One of those ones with like gargoyles for legs. All right, we're just gonna drop this a little bit more. We'll make this a bit deeper so the water comes right in from outside of the map. All right. And then we'll make this a little bit more shore-like, a little less cliff-like. All right. Now, the problem we have here is we can't really see it that well, can we? So we've got a way to deal with that too. We have a way to deal with that, my friends. I'm going to show you. All we're going to do is just change some of the Fresnel. So we get some reflection. We also need to change the height of the sun. I'm going to make the sun just a little bit higher so it's reflecting. We'll give it a little bit of shadow, but we don't want too much because... There we go. Now we're cooking with fire. We don't want too much because this eventually is going to be a top-down map, right? Here's how we get a glimpse of what that looks like. Now, when we're playing D&D or any TTRPG, you're looking at the map from top-down, right? So it's a top-down grid, and in Flowscape, it's called ortho. So that's what it is, ortho or orthographic. So here is our stream. It's coming down just like this, and now we can sculpt in here too. Actually, I forgot my first rule, which is really I should be making this in top-down view because that's how we're going to play it, right? So oops. So I'm really glad to say that my instincts aren't way off. I do remember a lot of the controls in the game, which is good, even though it's been so very long. And we're going to up the Fresnel. We want to change the riverbed to be something a little bit more. Let's see. Let's drop this down a little bit more. Where are we? We don't have snow right now. Had enough of that in real life. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Whoops. There we go. I don't know. What do you think for the riverbed? Maybe something like this. It doesn't need to be too harsh. Oh, that kind of works, doesn't it? Let's see. Change the direction of the sun. I don't really like how those... There we go. So now we have just a casual... Whoops, that's not what I meant to do. Whoops. Apparently, still some controls I have to reacquaint myself with. Sounds like a Bob Ross impression. I'll take it. I'll take it, my friend. That's all good too. Now, it is what I'm looking for is the Fresnel, but it's not behaving the way. Ah, there we go. There we go. I just need to get the sun in the right position. The other thing we can do too is I can make this oceanic, which I don't love to do because it does that. We can change the direction of the waves though, which I do like. Well, slightly less. Okay, let's see here. We just got to slow this down a little bit and probably change the height a little too. Oh, we don't want to flood the place. Yeah, that's, I don't know why it's doing that. That's weird. There we go. I don't know if I love that. I don't think I love that. So I forgot one of my first cardinal rules is to pick the direction of the water first. And I forgot that part. So that's okay though. So we had this. The flow of the water is a little bit weird. That's the only thing I don't really like about that. But that's okay. You know what? We're going to stick with it. We don't have to worry about the fact that this is... Let's see if I can fix this. That this is kind of going off the map because we're going to cut that off at some point. But I hate like... There we go. I hate it looking like it just ends in a weird... That's better. That's better. That's much better. So it's okay. It actually makes sense for this river to kind of meander out this way. Here we go. Just create this little like pocket here where this just carves through. There we go. Now we've got it. Now we have a bit of a, we can just ease that up a little bit so it's a reflective. That looks much better. What do you guys think? Is that better? Feel better about that one? All right. So then we now have the topography. We know that this is raised a little bit. We're going to continue to build this in top-down view because, like I said, that's how we play it if we are going to run it on a tabletop. I like to go in layers, so I like to go from the bottom up. So we have the topography. I don't really like the face of this land, though, so we can change that as well. If we want something that's really, like, really green, we can do something like this and fill it out. What do you guys think? But we're looking for more of, like, a boreal, like a tundra-esque environment. So that's probably going to be a little bit more, like, patchy. Let's see if we do this and we split this out. Something like that. What do you think? Is that too... desolate is the word I'm looking for. Sometimes words are hard. What do you think? Is that too desolate, or does that say tundra to you? Green looks much better, Wiggles. You like? Maybe we'll go with a little bit more greenery. Okay, so maybe let's switch this up. Maybe we go green here and we go something like that. So it's still a little rugged, but not quite as dead looking, you know what I mean? Just don't forget the secret underwater Underdark entrance. Ah, I got you. And that's for the tunnel, you mean? Okay. How are we gonna do that? Okay, let's see. We'll let's think about it. You know what? Let's get down here at ground level and see if we can. What's a good way we can do that? I know how we can do this. I like what you're putting down, Scar Shack. Oh crap! I didn't mean to do that. If you you can go into first person view in this, but if you're way high up and you accidentally press first person, it puts you like way up in the atmosphere. Anyway, there we go. It's all right. We're fixing it. Not a big deal. I like this. It looks like it kind of looks like a waterfall, right? It's just dropping off there. That's kind of neat. And this totally could be. This could be like a tavern at the top of a mountain, right? All right. So let's make our little secret entrance. I'm digging it. Scar Shack. You got me. Let's try and see what we can do to make a little bit of a divot here, right? Because we cannot punch into the cliffside like that, like to make a like a cave, but we can give it the illusion of being a cave. So here's how that works. We're gonna I don't know why that happened again. Learning to use my tools all over again. It's like I never touched them, and I can't remember when. It was so long ago, and now I don't know even how to make a map. Look at that. Such a trap. But here I am doing it live on the internet. All right. What do you think? How are my fresh, hot beats? All right, so here's what we want to do. We're going to make this like just a little kind of cavern underneath here. And how do we do that? Let's see. We're going to need some kind of rock formation. Maybe something like this. Oh, look at that. It's kind of already there for us, isn't it? Look at that. How's that, Scar Shack? Does that look underwatery enough for you? Yeah. We could put a little kind of another little rock down here. All right, and then we're just going to go down and we're going to manipulate it a little bit. You can sink. Fear, how easy is it to sink like a ridiculous amount of hours into this tool? Am I right? And maybe we'll make, let's make just like a little bit of a... Make it just peeking out of the water a little bit. So those who are curious enough to delve further might actually find this secret entrance if they try to get an idea of what this rock is that's sticking out. You know what I mean? I like that. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool, man. All right, there you go. There is a secret underwater entrance that goes into the underbelly of the tavern. We're gonna have to fix this a little bit because that looks jank. We don't do jank, do we? We do smooth, baby, smooth. There we go, just like so. Now, if we look at this in ortho view, we do this in top down again. That how it looked. So that means, so we got to rotate this again. For some reason, I got to have like the focus on the bottom left. I don't know why. Is that a thing? Oh, that's a good call, Steph. Thank you very much. No, my intention, I just didn't really build an overlay for this. So I'm sorry, gang, you can't see chat right now. That's a good call out. So I'll have to make a note to myself to make sure that chat is up on this screen because I I like to see chat when I'm watching a stream, so maybe you guys like to as well. I will always I'll reiterate the questions that come up on chat, so you get it that way. You can always see the chat in Facebook as well if you want to watch it there. But I do like to have it on screen. You're right. All right. Stream going through the north corner section of the map. Yes. Bridge over the pool, the front of the bridge over the pool to the front door of the tavern. That's a good idea. So we'll fix that. That's a great idea. I like it. Let's do it. So here's how we're going to do that. First of all, we need to continue the sculpt so that it cuts around here, so that it continues off the map. Just like this. And we'll make this look a little bit better in just a moment here, so... Friends, if you are enjoying the stream, I would love it if you'd throw me a follow, throw me a like. Just let me know you're listening. I apologize if you've done so and I missed it. I'm still learning how to catch my alerts on Facebook, but I would greatly appreciate your support. If you're having a good time, you enjoy what you see, help me get the word out. Share with a friend, share on your timelines, whatever you like. If you're so inclined, I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. But I appreciate you just being here anyway, and that's the key, right? So here we go, Scarshek. We're going to build this little waterway here. So now this little part of the land is cut off from the mainland, and we're going to build a bridge that gets us there. What kind of bridge, Scarshack? Is it like a stone bridge or a rickety old wooden bridge? What do you think? I like it. More tree growth, about as much as a fading tree line on the mountainside. Okay. I like it. I like it. We can do that. We're going to do trees and rocks and stuff like that after too. Andrew, I like responding to myself across platforms. Some like alter ego shit going on. Sounds like about yes. You can have two personalities going. That's the beauty of it. Trader, welcome. Huzzah. What's up? How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Good to see you here in the new format. And yes, back to the Dungeons and or the Dragons. Thrilled to say so. Speaking of jazz, just this time a janky old bridge. Okay, so we're gonna go with something kind of wonky. All right, let's get there when we get into the when we start doing props and set dressings. So now we've got the landscape sort of worked out here. Nothing set in stone, of course, no pun intended. But we do want to make kind of a pathway here. So let's see, what is the best way to do that? I believe it is through paint. I think we want to do something like this, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, okay. So save, big friggin' deal. You can see all the various maps that I've made in Flowscape. I'll show you some of those later. But we definitely want to save as much as we can. But when you don't have it up, you can't see chat from the other platforms. So that's what I'm saying. I can see the Facebook one, but that's all right now. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, I can see it, of course. Actually, I wonder if we can do that on the fly. Let's see if we can do some. I like it. I like where we're heading. You know what? We're pro streamers. There's no reason we can't do this. How's this? How's this for a love? How's that? Look, that wasn't so bad, was it? There we go. It's a little ad hoc, but it'll work for today. There you go. Now, unfortunately, it won't pick up. There you go. Unfortunately, it won't pick up like the other the things that have already been said, but good call out. There it is. I'll fix up the overlay for map making. I just ran out of time. We've been working our asses off this week. But that's a really good call out. Keep that feedback going, gang. Let me know what you'd like to see on stream, what you like in the overlays. I am, and we have always been very feedback focused. The community plays just as big a part of how this stream evolves, and that's always been the way, hasn't it, gang? This is the way. So yeah, keep that coming. So to make sure my monitor doesn't die on me. Oh, hey. Oh, I can see all the likes, the loves, and stuff like that. Oh my God, I just realized how to pull it out on the monitor. That's really neat. Oh, I can see all your reactions. Oh my goodness, I have to figure out how to do that properly. Oh, that's fun. It's like Facebook, so they're like hearts and thumbs up flying and stuff like that. Is that you guys? Are you guys doing that? That's so cool. Oh my goodness. That's so exciting. Amazing. Hey, thanks for the like and pod. Much appreciated. At least my alerts are working. That's the important part thing, right? We get your proppers. So many little things to tweak. It's all good when we get there. Yeah, we're going to build it together. By the seat of your pants. That's an understatement. Understatement, Ampod, for sure. Yes. Stay hydrated, my friends. Okay, let's get back to work here. All right, so we wanted, first of all, we want sticks and things like that. Oh, sorry, that's right. It was a path that I wanted to create. So, and the question is, do I want to create this? Okay, so let's say, how do we get here? There's a winding path that makes its way up the side of the mountain. This is not like mountain, more of like a high hill, let's say, but fairly barren. And for that, we want to paint. And the paint we want is this. And I think, there we go. That's what I'm looking for. So let me see if I can. This is tricky because I want to do this pretty quickly. And then it just kind of leads into this. I'm not really sure I love that as a path. There we go. That one I kind of like. That's okay too. We can change the tiling so it's a little bigger or smaller. Probably want something a little bigger. Maybe something a little more random like this. Oh, there we go. Some sticks. How's that? I don't know. What do you think? I kind of like the rocks a little bit better. I like this actually, and I like it really small tiling. I like it. This looks a little bit more like dirt. It starts to look too uniform though, doesn't it? Okay. So here's what we'll do. We'll make that kind of our base. Let's see if I can just make it a little more like. We have to randomize this a little bit because otherwise it looks too planned, right? And we have a lot of things that we can do with this in the second part of the platform. There we go. That's starting to look a little bit less planned now. Actually, I really like that. I feel like I need more options for dirt and things like that, but we're getting there. This looks pretty good. Okay. Maybe a smaller path that goes up towards the top of this little landing up here. Hey, Josh, thank you very much for the host friend getting the word out there. New Light, wait! What's up, New Light? Welcome. Good to see you. I'm realizing now that the chat should probably be on the other side. There we go. How's that? Not sure I love that either, but that's okay. There we go. Maybe just pop that up there a little bit like that. How's that? Yeah, you did it. If you were talking to me, I didn't hear because hockey. Yeah, we're Bigley's priorities. It's launch night, the first stream on our brand new platform here, Baz and Bigley on Facebook, multi-streaming across the interwebs, and Steph is watching hockey. But she's also here as well. I know. That's okay. That's why I love her. All right. New light, what's good, baby? We are making Dungeons and Dragons maps. That's what we're working on right now. So this is the map making suite that I use. Josh, your internet crashed hard at home 2 seconds into the stream and your phone was dead. Sounds like the night I was kind of having literal moments before the stream started. That's right. No, Steph, I'm out. Yeah, that's usually the way. Stick around though, Noon. She might come in. You never know. You'll have to wait until the end of the stream to find out if she shows up. That's my hook. I know. You better be joking. I'll find you. And when I find you, I will kiss you. That's the quote, right? That's the quote from the Liam Neeson movie. Dungeon Master Juice. Well, Noonlight, you can find us on the Book of Faces if you're so inclined. That's where we're launching today. Facebook Gaming, the new home of Bez and Bigley. You're welcome, Zuckerberg. Josh, you're multitasking. Of course you are. 5 worlds, 3 adventures, and 1 teach and train. And Bazzy's stream was too much for it. Too much for the interwebs to have. And for Liam Neeson, and he kisses the car. That's right. I will find you, and when I find you, I will kiss you. And it's a micra. It's a century. It's a 2015 century. Sorry, I was distracted with rolling Google stats. Nice. Hey, there is, I believe if you ! roll in chat, it will roll a dice result for you. Somebody try it. Let's see. Oscar winning scene. Indeed. Yeah, it's got golden statue written all over it, baby. All right, what were we doing? It doesn't matter anyway because Liam Neeson's coming out with a new movie about making out with cars. And that's probably what it's going to be called, too. All right. Noonlight, do you partake in the Dungeons and or the Dragons? All right, let's see. Here we go. We're going to move over here. All right, so we got a path here. We've got a winding trail that carves through this boreal, elevated, this almost plateau-like landscape, this mountainous terrain. Cars 4 with Liam Neeson. I love it. We just rebranded Liam Neeson. One of the worlds and modules you're creating for me, Josh? Me? Little me? Oh my god. That's so cool, my dude. If it's a weekend adventure, then I could probably jump into an adventure. Nice. Nice. Have you ever played like a one-shot or anything like that? If you don't know, one-shot is basically like a one-session D&D game. They're pretty popular, especially for people who are new to the sport, who are experiencing for the first time. Or actually, it doesn't really matter. A lot of people just simply love it. One-shot just means basically you create an episodic game from start to finish. People play like you play through the whole game, the story basically. It's a story arc that begins and ends at the end of the session. Usually, sometimes there are 2 or 3 sessions because let's be honest, no D&D story really finishes in one session. But they're usually 3 to 4 hours long. That's a one shot. Basically, it means you show up one time, you play through an entire story arc from start to finish in one sitting. I've not. That sounds pretty cool, though. I've been in a campaign, but ages ago. Do you think, would one-shots be something that you guys would be interested in? Is that something that maybe I should think about doing from time to time? Just like one-shots with community? Is that something you guys would be interested in? If I was going to stream it, though, you just have to have pretty decent streaming gear, or at least a good audio. I'd need to make a character, though, if I haven't already. Yeah, usually for a one-shot, still have, like, I would still have a session 0. Which is the term we use for the first basically the pre-session where you talk about the rules, talk about the culture, talk about table etiquette, talk about like how people should behave, talk about your expectations for the game. You know, is it high magic, high fantasy, low magic, low fantasy? Will you allow evil aligned characters, things like that. Josh, I do one shots for session 0 and fill-ins. Nice. Oh yes, I've done that too. Usually I have a bit of a system for my session 0s now. So we start by talking about table mechanics or play mechanics. I usually encourage players to come into session 0 with a character rather, so that we can talk a little bit, or we'll finish the characters. We'll talk a little bit about the game. We will, and we'll play like a test, like a sample encounter, which usually has a little bit of role play into a combat encounter, and then wrap it up. But that section has nothing to do with the campaign. It's just really to get people, you know, into the mode of playing. And probably do a one shot. Yeah, that'd be fun, right? One shots, Scar Shack. Yeah, absolutely. Good community one shot. One opportunity to seize everything I ever watched. I'm a fighter, but today I'm nervous and unsteady. Like that. That's not what you came here for. Nobody needs that, Basil. Nobody came here for that. So knock it off. I've got to figure out, I'm going to take some time at the end of the stream just to figure out the dashboard. So if you'd like to stick with me as I learn that towards the end of the stream, that's what we're going to do. But if I test my voice, I got to make sure I can hit the top notes. Yeah. I would not run mouse though. No, not in the one shot. No, our campaign characters, you know, we're very protective of those. Working 2 more one shots right now for your players. Very sweet. Oh my god, I can't wait to play Dungeons and Dragons again. It's silly how long it's been. When you know, you know, and you get withdrawal when you don't get to play it. I'm telling you, it's a strange thing to consider for a lot of people still, even though Dungeons and Dragons is becoming more and more popularized now. We're seeing and hearing a lot more about it in pop culture, especially with all the celebrities who've come to the fold. Like, you know, it's like a big coming out party. Like, yes, I play Dungeons and Dragons. I'm Joe Manganiello. Or yes, I play Dungeons and Dragons. I'm Deborah Ann Wall or Stephen Colbert or Vin Diesel or Terry Crews. You know, there are a lot of celebrities who are like getting caught up on things like that. So it's cool to see it really gaining in popularity, but it's still a bit of a strange experience for a lot of people. But I guarantee you, if you give it a try and you're open-minded about it and you have the right group around you to experience it with, you will have an absolute blast of a time. I know, Josh, but things are starting to clear up now. That's why we're here today. We're here today, baby. I do want to take a closer look at your system, and I would love to chat with you about it, maybe even showcase it a little bit. I think you've more than earned that with all the hard work you've put into your system. Josh has what's called a contingency system, and correct me if I'm wrong, Josh, but my understanding of it is it's basically like a very versatile, very in-depth system that can be overlaid on any tabletop system, really, to help easily generate concepts, arcs, stories. It's a system made of like Dungeon Master tools or Game Master tools, as well as all the little components that you need to put together quickly, a worldly experience in a fantasy setting. And I think that's a good way to kind of compartmentalize it, isn't it, Josh? Is that about right? I have to stream nap you. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I just stream nap you. Stream nap me. I'll stream it. I'll stream the stream napping. Super meta. Okay. This map ain't gonna build itself, yo. What's next? Okay, so we got a little bit of a pathway through here. We have some organically carved walkways in this plateau boreal tundra-like cliffside setting. And now we're gonna talk a little bit about some of the topography. So we want rocks, right? So we're gonna just do, you know, little rocks. Let's get a little closer to the ground here so we can see this. I want to see how big these are. Okay, so we have, just the randomized rocks that fall around the forest floor. We're just going to pepper these around. Not so much on the path just yet because we're going to take a slightly different treatment for that. But this is just going to give it a little bit more character because right now it just looks like a very pretty, albeit a flat, characterless glob of greenery. So we want to give it a little bit of character. Drop some rocks in there. We'll drop some throughout the water as well because, rocks don't only fall on the grass. There you go. When we render them, they drop based on gravity into the settings. So if we drop it over a river, they're going to fall right into the riverbed, which is a nice touch. Lay all this stuff over here. Just give it some life. That's all. A multi-situational consistent response teach and train. All right, you help me with that. I'll help you with the marketing. How about that? Rocks fall, everyone dies. End of story. That's our one shot, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so we got rocks. Now we also want some sticks because sticks fall in the forest, right? We're just kind of forming the forest floor here. That's all we're doing. And so far, all this is pretty standard fare whenever I'm building a new map. But we also do want to do some sticks on the trail because that happens, right? When trees die and they grow anew. Now I feel like I am starting to sound like Bob Ross. The trees die and they grow anew and new life is all around us. We want to honor that in our pictograph. There we go. We will do, let me see if I can do a little bit larger sticks along the pathway. We're just going to walk the path. There we go. So now we have a fairly well-littered path here. We're going to go a little bit smaller with the rocks. We're going to go a little smaller with the rocks, and we're going to go in stronger clusters. We want here. Yeah, we're going to go smaller with the rocks. We're going to go in higher flow. Let's see how this works. Let's save it first. Anytime we do something a little bit risky, I'm going to save it just in case we need to restore if we screw it up badly enough. Where's Steph watching hockey? Bigley, are you there? Are you watching hockey? You called it, Josh. 100%. She's watching the hockey game. It's launch night, the first stream on Baz and Bigley. And Bigley is watching hockey. I can hear her yelling from downstairs. Yes, but to be honest, I mean, that's her thing. Or to be fair, that's her thing. That's okay. We'll allow it this one time. Let's see what happens when we start dropping some rocks in here. There we go. Okay, so we can make this a little bit more of a peppered path with stones. And this is going to help us define it a little bit more because we do want it to stand out just a little bit more from the rest of the setting. So we're just going to dump like a ton of rocks on here. And this is the guidance actually that I got from some of the designers who created the program and use the program frequently. To be able to do that. Now, keeping in mind that the more stuff we render, the lower, like the more frame rate loss we're going to run into. And that's what makes this kind of challenging. So you can see it already starting to struggle just a little bit. So we don't want to add too many things that the engine has to render because this is turning into quite a big map and it's going to get a little bit more choppy like that. And when we want to, if we want to use this for an animated map eventually, when we record it, that's going to create some problems because we want the recording, we want the animation to be nice and fluid, right? All right. Noonlight says, Steph, I miss you, but he lies. I figured slapping sticks and banging glass, get that blood pumping and teeth flying. It's Cage Match Gladiator D&D. The puck is the dice. That's awesome. That's hilarious. Are you a hockey fan, Josh? Because you're a cold weather soul, just like us. Every tree needs a friend. Every rock a buddy. Yoda, Padawan, then swap. Yes, Yoda tag team. That's fine. Yoda, Padawan, then swap. Sounds good to me. That's awesome. Slapshot, roll initiative. More like shitty call, roll initiative. That's when the gloves drop, baby. All right, let's see if maybe how do we want to do this one? Let's see what this gives us. Okay, we had a couple of these rocks, and we'll plug them in here. I like this along the side. Maybe we'll do a couple of these. Just drop some of them in here. These rocks are kind of neat, actually. They seem to fit our environment well. I'm going to dump a few in here. This little cluster. And maybe we'll just frame this side here with a couple of rocks too. We also do want to create like a little bit of a cliffside setting here where this path goes up. Right? So how else do we create that? Let's see. There we go. We can frame out just like that. That's kind of neat. That works. Give some variation on the rocks here. Oh, that's cool. This like jutting spines almost. That blocks the way across. That's neat. And we do have, it is like a mountainous kind of setting. So that works for us, doesn't it? What does this do? I don't know what that is, so I'm not going to put it there. But I am going to save this. One more time. 3-3. Very nice. Good to know. We're getting updates from Steph. Jess likes it. I just wear the jersey to get the kisses. Whatever it takes. Whatever it takes, my dude. Endorsed. You got it. That's awesome. Okay. Oakley dokley. We are kicking it with some more of this action right here. All right, so we got rocks down. Do we need more rocks? I feel like it might need maybe a little bit more. What happens if we do large rocks here? Yeah, so we can just have a couple larger rocks along the side. Give it a little bit more of that rough, rugged kind of feel. I feel like this is a good one too. Just to give it some character, right? Give us a couple of spots here. Combat can erupt at any point, anywhere on this map. Anywhere. All right, so I think that's probably okay for rocks. What do you guys think? Are we good for rocks there? Oh, this is the oh my goodness. This is what I was looking for. Holy shnikey. This is the one. My dudes, this is the moment you've been waiting for. Here we go. That's actually really cool. What can we do with this? Let me just think here. Okay, we can size it. That's pretty amazing. I wonder, does it work like this? Oh my goodness. It's brilliant. It's beautiful. That's the one. How will they know? How will they know? How will they know? Is this right? Does this... No. Doesn't... It's so close. I have to figure out how to use this tool a bit better. Because this is really cool. I feel like... Oops. I feel like I've been... Oops. I feel like I've been looking for this all my life. The water flow tool. Enter the water flow tool. Because I can put this, I can do this, I can put here like this. Right? And we can patch it. That's neat. Okay. We discover things all the time. But this is actually a waterfall, which is really... That is super slick. Because this I was kind of thinking about, ooh, what if we put a waterfall here, Scar Shack? I mean, I know this is kind of like your thing, but... What if a waterfall feeds into this? Right, a waterfall could feed into this river. What do you think? Right? And then we just adjust it like this. Digging it, digging it. How's that for kicks? Put a couple. Now it doesn't make much sense now because suddenly it's this really slow river. But if we put a whole bunch of rocks in here that break it up, right? Hey, thanks for the like, Lorraine. What a pleasure to have you on board checking us out live. What's good? Welcome. Welcome. Good to see you. Welcome to the stream. We are map making. So this is a third-party 3D animation tool that I use called Flowscape to make immersive table game maps. Welcome. Good to have you on board. Vernon, welcome to the other side. Seeing us on the Book of Faces. What's good? Waterfall is now canon. Scar Shack sounds like a plan. It's locked in. It's booked. It now can never be changed. So that is it. We are all on side. Okay, so now we got a couple of rocks in here to break this up, which means the waterfall makes a little bit more sense. And of course, the fact that it might slow the rate of water down to a small or a more easy cant, right? Because we need some rocks to break this up. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense that it slows to a meandering river, if you will. All right, so that looks a little bit better. Keep in mind that we're going to crop it here at the edge, so you won't see that jankiness. Let's get zoomed in here. I'll give you an idea of what this will look like better. And now, of course, we can add the grid because, like I said, if we're going to use this for D&D for a tabletop game, we need to have a grid, right? So we can make that grid. And this is where I was saying we can just define the scale of the map based on how aggressive we drop that grid in. So each grid is 5 feet, which means 5 feet of space, 5 feet of movement. So that'll give you an idea of the scale of the graph, or the grid rather. And really, I want to build this off of the size that we want the tavern to be. And the tavern's going to be right here in this lower right-hand corner. And we want that to be probably, I mean, it's got to be at least, what, like 10 by 15 feet? Maybe a little bit larger. So this grid, maybe we do this on like a third. Oh, let's just do it. Yeah. You know what? If we make this a 40 by, yeah. If we make it a 40 square grid, I think we're getting there. So it's going to be somewhere between 35 and 40 square. Captain Kyraxis, haha, Kyraxis, what's up? Incognito, welcome and thank you very much for the. What was that? A like? Oh my God, I can't. I need to see it back in the monitor. There we go. Oh, it was that Twitch follow. What's good, baby? Welcome to the Twitchiverse. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining us. Facebook works better than Twitch, so it must be Twitch, I guess. Yeah. Oh, you mean the stream itself? Wait! He aims his pistol at the sky. Rougher section of water before the tavern. That makes sense, right? Actually, we can do that too, can't we? Let's see if we can bring up the water tool here and make a little bit more of a rough. Okay, actually, a second one of these kind of works here, doesn't it? How's that? I like it. It kind of looks like it crashes and then cascades down again, doesn't it? That's very nice. I want to put like one rock right there. And this is why you can get sunk into this tool for a very long time. Because it just gets so chill and easy to make incredible things here. And I love it. All right. We're going to drop that down just slightly. We'll move it over a bit. Because again, we have to ration why, or reason rather, ration. We have to reason why the water gets a little less crashy here, don't we? So that kind of helps with that. There we go. We can change the opacity or the opacity of the grid just so we don't see it quite. I'm going to get rid of that for now though, because you don't need it quite yet. That'll do nicely. You liking how that's coming together, Skarshack? I am glad, my friend. Rationalize. To reason. The act of reasoning. To make sense of things. To rationalize. To base intangible, explicable reality. We've rationalized our waterfall, thankfully. Off you go, Josh, taking off your hungry, scavenging the wilds for rations. Rations. You've just reasonably rationalized your reason for rations. So, well done. Glad you're back, Click Clacks rocking. Thank you very much, Josh. It's really my pleasure. Back to behind the screen here, doing the D&D thing that we love so good. All right, so now we've got that. Let's build our tavern. We can cheat out a little bit on the tavern because we have a host of really nice buildings and things like that we can choose from. Different styles. We just need to know what kind of feel we have. So is this going to be kind of like a rickety wood place, or is it going to be stone, maybe a little bit disheveled? We could actually pick something that's pre-built here, right? We could do something like this. And then we're going to build an interior, of course. But this might be a good little way to get in. And let's say like the backside of this looks over the edge of the cliff and outwards into the endless depths of the forest land below. What do you guys think? How's that sound? We can even give it a small water wheel here if we wanted. I know, but let's not forget we have that secret entrance too. I think this is well positioned to also accommodate that underground entrance that we had earlier, right? So what happens if we drop this right here? I think we need to bring it up just a little bit because it's crashing into the ground there. There we go. Just like that. How's that for a tavern? Now we're going to build the interior, so we don't even really care too much about what's on top of it because we're going to export all this and we're going to build it into the Master's Toolkit, which is where we're going to give it its interior. We're going to do that in the second, in the last hour of stream. So, sound like a plan, my friends? Is that doing well? This is how we rock when we climb to the top of a desiccated land waste, only to find the tavern foretold by many. What a weird song to put against that backdrop. Okay, so we've kind of gone ahead a little. We got ahead of ourselves a little bit with the tavern, but that's okay. We've got water, which works really well. We have our path, our landscape. We've done the bottom layer, right? So what comes next? What's the next level up from ground level? It's not trees. It's probably shrubbery, right? Some low-lying shrubbery. Let's see what we got for that. And it is a tundra, right? So we want, is it cactus? Probably not. Is it kind of like, let's see what this gives us. Maybe some of these like little hanging bushes that live among the rocks here a little bit. We just pepper these in. Some of these, because I don't think we're really feeling like cacti, are we? Right? It's getting a little sparse up here. An uncomfortable amount of tumbleweeds. Listens to D&D by Stephen Lynch. That's a deep cut for me. An uncomfortable amount of tumbleweeds. That's pretty subjective, though, isn't it? What I'm uncomfortable with regards to tumbleweeds might not be the same thing that you are uncomfortable with regards to tumbleweeds. Do I even have tumbleweeds? I don't know. Let's add some color in here. We'll add some like mountain-born flowers, something that might exist in like a tundra-like setting. These are just kind of clinging to the rocks here. We'll feather them in. Just fill this out just a little bit. So I want you guys to think about this because we've got this little pathway that scales up along the cliff that's across from the tavern. What would be at the top of that walk? At the top of this path? There's a little rise, right? There's a tiny cliff. What's at the top of that cliff that people would travel so much that they've worn a path here in the landscape? Think about that and tell me what that is and we'll build it. I think we might have some flowers here that like they're desperately trying to make this somewhat hospitable. Right? Just trying to add some color here and a little bit of a garden next to the tavern. Various purples, reds. Just give it a little bit of color there by the tavern. I wonder if I have like oh, I do have some like these kind of barren reed like things. How are those? What are you? Yeah, they're kind of okay. An uncomfortable amount of tumbleweeds. I don't know, maybe a weapon accessory that was forged and then hidden away, or perhaps a rare plant that only grows there specifically. I like both of those, Vern. You choose which one. Maybe it's the Master Sword embedded in a rock up there. Why not both? Maybe it's surrounded by this crazy little grove of these really weird, rare plants that only grow here because of the proximity to the water, the way that the stones break the wind and allow this particular plant to grow, and the fact that the soil here has been enriched by the blood of many fallen heroes who've made their way to the Pinnacle Respite, which is the name of the tavern. I don't know. What do you guys think the name of the tavern should be? A grove? Okay. At the top of the rise is a weather-worn shrine a la Blarney Stone, which is said to bless travelers. Very nice. I like it. Sold, my friend. Sold. Let's make us a shrine. I like to use this for shrines, and I'll show you why. Because it has these little steps here. But it can be like this. And then we can add a little stone piece. I know I have like a really great thing for this. Okay, how's this? How's this for a shrine? And they've put like these random kind of barriers here that were intended to keep people from falling off the cliff, whether they were ever successful. I guess we'll never know because no one has ever returned from falling off said cliff. There we go. And we zoom in here to the shrine a little bit. Let's, I think we can do a little bit better than that, actually. Let's see. What's something like this? Nah. I feel like it needs to be like a figure or something, right? Like some kind of... What do we got here? What do we have here that will do? Because then we can zoom in on this map and we can use any portion of this. We don't have to use the whole map, right? We can use part of it as a combat map. We have a lot of options. Oh, yeah, there's fog. Oh, crap, there's fog there. Sorry, I got distracted because I got to do this. I forgot there's fog here that we can use. And we can concentrate the range of it, but that might give us a little bit more splashiness down here around the rocks. Let's just see. I just don't know if it will stop. I don't know how far it will go, right? That's the only problem I have. Because it emanates out like that, but no, I don't think we're going to do that because I can't control it. Let's get back to what we're doing. Easily distracted. That's me. That's me. Sunspot? Oh, maybe we do a little sunspot on it. That'd be fun too. Oh, look how quick that got when it stopped having to render the water. Huh. Okay, color. Blue, green. Do we want a color on here? Maybe a blue? What do you guys think? Let's move this. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Oh, no. What is that? I don't know what that is. Okay. Never mind. I don't know how to work this, so I'm not going to use that because I don't know how to work it. Well, okay, that doesn't matter. It's there now. That's where that lives. Oh, God. It keeps picking the terrain. It's driving me nuts. Can we... How close do I have to get to this damn thing? Oh. The water has sound. Cool, I didn't know that. That's neat. Pretty handy. Now, everything is going to look super janky here, so don't pay any attention to it. Crap. I did that thing again. Wrath Raid! Oh my goodness! A Wrath Raid! Devil's Wrath and the crew! What's up, Wrath Raid? Welcome! Thank you so much for joining! Oh my goodness! Our good friend Devil's Wrath from the GTA 5 roleplay community over at Lineage RP. That's right, that's where I play Tyler for real. And Devil's Wrath plays Captain or Commander now, excuse me. I neglected Sorry, this is really loud. Let me get out of here. There we go. That's really loud. I neglected to honor your promotion, Commander. Commander David Rath, one of Los Santos' finest officers. Thank you very much for the raid. I'm totally new to this, Rath, as you know, and I don't know. I'm going to have to ping you later because I don't know where to like see all the reactions, like alerts, like events that happen in stream. So many follows. Oh my God. Let me get caught up here. I have to find out where to find this stuff. Thank you so much for the raid. That's so kind. I have to figure out how to raid. I have to figure out how to do commands. There's so many things to learn, but we're so excited. Checkmate, say hello. Well, formerly Checkmates. We don't know what the new fandom is going to be. This is my first stream on Facebook Gaming. I've been streaming for a long time. I'm Baz, one half of the Baz and Bigley team that makes Facebook Gaming here today. We've been streaming for a long time. So happy to host the Wrath crew. Thank you very much. And the Wrath raid. What's the name of your fandom, Wrath? Oh my God, let me read down the list. Todd, thank you so much. Eric, Cheryl, Brandon, thank you guys so much for coming by. If I missed you, please let me know in chat because I don't know where to look yet for all of the things that are happening. But I'm so happy to have you here and welcome to the Baz and Bigley Show. Welcome. Every follower gets a song, so if you haven't done so yet, please do throw me a follow. I hopefully will see it and I'll be able to sing to you, although as you can hear, my voice is a little bit rough right now because I've been so excited with this first inaugural launch stream. We've got many, many, many more coming. Thanks for the like, Brandon. So appreciated. I apologize if you liked and I didn't catch it. Thank you so much for the follow. I can just see Cheryl. Thank you very much for the follow. Let me get back to it. I got to figure out how to do this. First of all, we need the right vibe. Here we go. Let's get into it. While that vibe's spinning up, I don't know where to look for things. I do have chat, though. Chat I can get you with. So thank you very much. Please do say hello. Welcome the Wrath crew. Welcome Devils and his friends. Thank you so much. Devils has been here for a long time. In fact, in a lot of ways, the reason why we're here now with Baz and Bigley, because we've been watching Facebook Gaming evolve for some time. And I'm really impressed with the amount of work that Facebook is doing on the platform. Literally every day, I see them improve something that the day before I may have said, I'd really like it if they changed XYZ or if they implemented this or that. And they've just been doing such a great job. We're really happy to be here. And Empod, it's not even practice. Like, it's just, I don't know where to look for some of these things. So let me see if I can figure that out real quick, gang. Because I really do need to give you your props here. I see like actions. I don't know if, you know what? I'm just going to sing. I'm gonna sing like I mean it, cause I truly do. And when Wrath came in here with all of you, I wanna thank you from the bottom of my heart. So I hope that one song will do for all of you. It's not the way I'd like to do it. I'd like to hit you one and all, eventually, individually, just from me and Bigley, who's not here because she's watching the hockey game. And that's lame, but we're here all the same. Thank you for joining us. That is one song, hopefully to cover all of Wrath and the friends who thrown likes to the stream, who followed us. We have crushed the 100 follower goal, and this week we will be applying for the Level Up program. I'm so happy. I'm so excited. It already feels so good. Man, sometimes you just know. When you know, right? Welcome and thank you. This, on Wednesday nights, we do D&D. It's D&D night here. We do D&D game prep. We have a great time talking about everything tabletop gaming, D&D. If you're interested in roleplay, which you probably are if you came in here with Wrath and the crew, this is the tabletop version of that. So we're making virtual products, visual products, and we do everything from story writing, arc coverage, how to plan a session 0, anything and everything you can think of for Dungeons & Dragons. So if you have any questions, any thoughts, please, by all means, don't hesitate to ask. That's what we do Wednesday nights. Tomorrow night, on Thursday night, we do the Baz and Bigley gaming, which is called 2Play. Bigley will be joining me on screen. We're playing through Miles Morales currently. We play a lot of video games. We have a blast together. We have a lot of laughs. Then Friday morning at 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific, we have the Baz and Bigley morning show where we break down events of the week. It's more of a morning show features structure. And then Saturday morning, we have the pajama stream. And that is the wrap. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. That's what we do here on Facebook. So when Wrath excuses you for the day, when you're finished having a blast and all the hijinks that Commander Wrath gets into on Lineage RP and all the strange coppery that tends to happen in our city, when you've got a little extra time, feel free to check in on your boy Bez. But Devil's Wrath definitely has this shit down to a science, and I look to him for that guidance. So thank you very much. And I know the quality and caliber of crew that Wrath hangs with, so I know that you're all good people. Welcome. It is our pleasure to host you this evening, and thank you so much, Wrath, for the raid. That is just chef's kiss. The cherry on top, my friend. Yeah, they are changing so quick, Rad. It's crazy. I was saying to Bigley yesterday, what was the other thing? I was like, okay, so, we've talked about the couple of things. I'm like, if they fix this, I'll think about it. If they fix this, I'll think about it. Literally day to day, they're fixing those things. They're going hard. They're going aggressive, and I think they're going to do it. Because it just feels, it has that community feel that we like in our streams. You know what I mean? And one of the things I said, one of the last things was like, they got to get the thumbnails, right? They got to get the thumbnails right. So when I post a link to the channel, it should pull an image from the stream or an image that I've predetermined. And they started doing that today. I don't know if that was something that just happened because they just built it today or because we hit 100. I don't know. But I was posting the link out on Twitter, and boom, there it was. It pulled our profile picture and the stream data. And I was like, that's the shit. Not only are they doing it right there, but they're doing it quickly. So I'm really excited about that. Boom. So glad to be here. Lots of room to grow. Lots of work to do still. But I mean, Zuck's got a few dollars he can scrape together to throw at this thing, I think. And just as the track winds down, so too does my tirade. What's next up here? Thanks again for joining us, friends. We're going to continue going now. We're building, what we've got here is basically a hilltop or a cliff top boreal tundra, and we've taken all this feedback from chat. We've all thrown into this map. We're taking suggestions of what people want. So we've got this kind of pathway here. Let me rotate this a little bit more because I like this view. So this path leads up the mountain and meanders around. There's a little cliff here with a worn path that leads to an obscure grove where a rare plant grows. And nestled in that grove is situated an ancient relic that is said to bestow a blessing of some kind of fortuitous blessing on travelers and adventurers who make the sojourn up here. And to cater to that is the tavern here, which is on the cliffside. There's also, you can see just peeking out of the riverbed, a little stone, the top of an arch that covers a cavernous walkway or an underground secret that leads into the underbelly of the tavern. We don't know what's in there yet. That's for our imaginations to craft for and with us. But it does overlook over here to the east the rest of the endless depths that cascade into the lush forest land and the rest of the caverns below. So that's the setting that we're building today. And we're just actually working on building this relic right here. So it's going to be a little bit funky on the render because we have a lot of things going on in this scene right now. And that is just natural. But we wanted to finish this relic. So what else do we think should be at this relic? I feel like it needs some kind of like statue or something on top. Now, I don't know if we actually have a statue that we can plug in here, but we do have something, I'm sure, that we can create a statue-like effect with. Let's see. I think this might work, actually. Let's see if we can manipulate this a little bit and make it kind of like a statue. I actually want to bring this down. There we go. We want to bring that down a little bit. Move this rock kind of thing over here. I want to just shrink it just a little bit. There we go. I think we can kind of finagle this to look a little bit like a statue from a top-down perspective. Because in tabletop gaming, that's what we're doing, right? We're looking at everything from the top down, and that's how we view the world, or we view the dungeons, the maps that we're interacting with, things like that. So, a god from the Underdark. That's what they call it in Jersey. The Underdark. What are you calling the Underdark? I don't know. Is that Jersey or is that... Baston. Maybe it's Baston. I don't know. I'm Canadian. Forgive me. That's my tagline. I'm Canadian. Forgive me. Yeah, so that kind of works, right? That's like a bit of a boulder. Will that work for us? And we can actually put some light here. We can put some props. What do we got here? I think we have like... I'm sure we have like some torches and stuff that we can stick in here. I just don't remember exactly where it is. Let's put a bed up there, sure. That might be immersion breaking. Hey, there you go. God of the Underdark. What if it's like something like that? Kind of like, it's a little creepy, isn't it? I like that. What do you think? Will it stay? Hey, we're getting there now. We're kind of making our own props. And that's what I love about this program, is it gives us the flexibility to do exactly that. Oops. There we go. What do you think of that? Will that work for us? I'm trying to find... Where's the fire thing? I think maybe it's here. Oh, we could do a little bit of a like a broken walkway like this. That's cool. Oh, I like this. Yes, yes. Hells to the yeah. How's that work for us? Creepy, right? I know. The creep factor's off the charts, and for DMs, that's a good thing. It doesn't do well at parties, but it's great for an adventure. There we go. How's that? A nice little like fire. Like some kind of pyre, I guess. I want something like that. But I want like a torch. And I know I have one here. I just need to find it. Bear with me here. We have a torch for sure. There we go. Now we're cooking with gas. All right. And it is inexplicably lit all the time. Nobody knows why. Some say that the fairies keep it. Most think it's just one of the patrons from the tavern. But all we know for sure is that it has never gone out. And they say that when it does, the god to whom the shrine pays homage shall seek its vengeance. How's that? That is badass. That's badass, right? Like, that looks cool, yeah? Yo. All right. Okay, we've got some really cool implements here. We have some furniture. Let's do trees. So let's level up. Now we've got brushes, we've got bushes, we've got rocks. Let's take it up a level. Let's go trees. So what kind of trees do we need here? I think we need some things that are... It is fairly barren, so we can do things like this. We'll just pepper these around. Fill out the space a little bit. I'm really liking this map, gang. This is cool. All right, all right, all right. If you can change the color, do a nod to Acquisitions Incorporated and make a green flame. I don't think I can, and if I can, I don't know how, unfortunately. Else, I would. Oh, we can put like a great... The remains of a great tree. Here. Can I sync this enough that it... There we go. Yeah. Cool. I'm trying to just make it stand a little bit more. The things you can do with this program, man. It's so simple, but super effective. There we go. Okay, we'll put a pin in that. yeah, put a pin in it. I need to, you know what? I only use this on stream, right? Because I craft these things on stream, but I really need to take some time off stream just to mess around with it, to tool with it, understand those kinds of variables, right? Just to get to know it a little bit better. And after this, I'll show you some of the other maps that I've created, some of the ones I'm really happy with. Like I made a full-scale map of Phandalin from the Lost Mines of Phandelver entirely in this program, which I'm pretty proud of. I think it looks cool. I mean, I'm biased, obviously, so. Those are enormous trees. No, I say. A little too big, a little too aggressive trees. There we go. We can put some of these around. And we don't want a lot of trees here because it is supposed to be fairly barren, right? All right. Those are a little too big as well, because the thing we have to remember is if we flood this too much with like trees, it's going to be really difficult to actually play on. There we go. That's a little bit better. And they shouldn't be like that freaking huge either. There we go. But it's fun to put stuff like this in for your players to mess around with too. Right? Because when you have trees, you instantly have obstructions. And when you have obstructions, you have issues with line of sight. You have tactics that the players can use. How's that? What do you think? More? Less? Too much already? Fleshes out with a couple of different types of flora. I don't mind putting trees around the edges a little bit because the likelihood that our players end up in there is a little bit lower. I think any more than that, we're almost making it too lush. What do you guys think? Looks good, Perez? Yeah, you like that one? All right, cool. And we can get rid of the HUD like this and take a look at what we've done. So let's just have a quick glance at this. All right.
They came from Brazil.
I just want to line this up a bit. All right, so that'll kind of give us a cropped idea of what the map looks like. And of course, if we're going to lay over this a grid if we want it. I'm not going to do a grid because the second part of my map making suite is where I usually build the grid in. But this will give you an idea. Thank you very much. All right, so there we go. Yeah, so this will give you an idea what it looks like with the grid overlay. So it gives you an idea of the scale and size of the tavern that we have up here. all the other kinds of things that we're that'll do nicely. Scar Shack, fantastic. Let's drop the grid for a minute. So what else do we need here? We've now reached the top layer, right? The trees are the topmost layer. So are we done with this map? Is there anything else that you think that will add value to it but not clutter? And that's going to be the key, right? So what do you think? While you're thinking about that, let's save it. Of course, we want to take as much feedback from chat as we can. This is a collective map that we're making together. So thank you very much for your input. And thank you so much for joining me tonight, guys. We're about to wrap stream fairly soon. We still got about half an hour to go, but in that last half hour, I want to show you some of the other maps that we made in the tool. And I do want to export this out to Arkenforge and show you that tool as well. And then in the next stream, we'll probably go a little bit deeper on creating the interior of the tavern. I'll show you how Arkenforge works, how we can do day-night cycles in the setting like this. It's really a tremendous tool. A very important part of my crafting suite and one of my favorite experiences. Save it and stamp it done. You got it. There you go. Thank you, Scar Shack, for driving a lot of this too, and all of you, of course, for inputting in this map, the map that our love created. There you go. Maybe a bridge over the stream, maybe lead off to a path. Good call, Perez. That is actually part of the plan. I had totally forgotten about it. Thank you very much. Scar Shack mentioned that when we were originally talking about that. Scar Shack, I totally forgot the bridge. Thank you, Perez. It would not be a very well-traveled tavern if people had no measure by which to traverse the raging rapids that cut it off from the main part of the cliffside respite. So here we go. Let's zoom in a little bit more. You know, when we get really low, when the utility has to render less, we can move a little bit more quickly. So look, as you give you an idea of the scale too. Look how zoomed out we were, right? All right, so here we have the waterfall that drops down and kind of cascades here. Now we need to build our friends a map. A map. No, idiot. We have a map. We need to build them a bridge. Thank you, Self. Good work, everybody. Losing my mind. There we go. All right, let's build a bridge then, shall we? Stone, wood. What do you guys think? Oh, yeah, we talked about this, didn't we, Scar Shack? It was like, it's a rickety, janky bridge, right? Might be a good opportunity to throw some saves in there later. First of all, I want to see if we have anything that might resemble a bridge. So we have, there we go. We're getting there with that. That's good. I need something flat to put this on so I can see it. Okay, so we have like a bunk. Actually, first of all, I don't like where that rock is now. It's kind of getting in the way of our bridge. There we go. That's better. All right, let's go back here. Oh, we could do like, no, we want it to be pretty janky, right? There we go. How about this? That's the one, I think, right? Just thinking. Yeah, we could kind of start it up here. Actually, it could go this way because it can, that's kind of a rail. So it can overlook the edge here, just like this. Right? And then we can put... that's pretty suspect, I think. What do you say, gang? Is that janky enough for you, Scar Shack? Would you use this bridge? I don't think so. Which means it's perfect. Let's see if we can... How's that? That's the one. Yeah, very cool. That's the one. Definitely. There will definitely be some skill checks involved at some point in the lifespan of this bridge. But, you know, they need their patrons to make it across or it's not going to be much of a business, is it? So let's give them a little Let's give them a little bit of a handrail. Just kind of like some false confidence. We'll drop a wagon there because there's no way anyone's making it across there with their wagon. Here we go. Yeah, that looks like false confidence to me. There we go. Whoops. This is actually a fish rack, but top down it kind of looks like a rail, so we're gonna go with it. We're gonna go with it. They're like, please don't use the fish rack as a handrail. It is a fish rack. But as far as our adventuring party knows, it's a handrail. There we go. And it kind of has these stanchions that look really good coming up out of the water like that. What do you think? Again, false confidence. I feel like we need some like stone pillars or something there. That's neat. I'm just thinking about things for other things now. Here's an actual handrail. So maybe we do just kind of line this up. That's actually the one I was looking for. And there it is. There we go. All right. That's still fairly janky, I think. Deck saves for all who venture here. Yeah, you want to get to the mead? You got to have the rolls, baby. All right, there's our janky-ass bridge. Now I think we can call it a wrap. At least for now, let's not forget to save. All right. Yeah, nice. Let me get framed up here so we can actually take a picture of it. What do you think? Ampod, I feel bad for the drunks leaving. Exactly. That'd be me and my friends. Stamp it. Done and done. You said it, mon frere. You said it, my brother. All right, here we go. We'll save it there. I'm just going to save it again just because that's the RPG gamer in me, right? Puzz, oh my God. How's it going, Puzz? Been a minute or two, hasn't it, my friend? Welcome. How you doing? Puzz is OG. Puzz and I think we discovered the streamification of our RPGs very early in life. Good to see your name, man. How you doing these days, my friend? Keeping well, I hope. Good to see your name pop up in my chat. Been a name change ago, that's for sure. Yeah, that's right. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, we're doing some map making. Actually, this is my first D&D stream in 4 months, man. It's been 4 months since I did the game prep Megastream. So I'm really pumped to be back at it. Thoroughly enjoying it. And we will continue to do so. We're going to keep that love going. We just actually finished this map, so let's take a quick look. This is, here we have our landing at the top of this boreal kind of decrepit. Well, it's not so decrepit now anymore. It kind of looks actually fairly lively, but a more or less a bare, kind of bare bones, rugged cliffside terrain. The path leads up and off the beaten path. There's an old shrine that's said to bestow a blessing on travelers who venture there, although the god to whom it is bequeathed, if that's the right word, is actually an underdark sub-deity. And then, of course, we have the Traveler's Respite, which is across this janky bridge, which provides a resting place for adventurers who do make the sojourn up the mountain to rest their feet and perhaps enjoy a cold mead or two. This is Flowscape I'm using for this one, Puzz. So this is one of 2 tools that make up my map making suite. The second is the Arkenforge Masters Toolkit, which we're going to import this into eventually. So let me... Actually, I am going to do a time lapse of this. So very quickly, let me pause this. I'm going to close the camera real quick. We're just going to get rid of the on-screen stuff. Okay, camera's off. Now my pants are off. We're just going to leave this for a minute. There we go. I think that'll do it. Pants are back on. Camera's on. All right. And let's see some chat. There we go. Oh, I don't like that refreshes. Sorry, I got to fix that real quick right now. Because we lose all our chat then. I don't want that. So there you go. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to record this. I'm going to do the same thing. But this time we're going to fill out the frame. Because what we're going to do is we're just going to record like a 10-second loop of this. So that when we import it in the Masters Toolkit, we can import it as an animated frame. I want to try and get it lined up as best I can there. Right on the border. There we go. That'll do. Okay. Bear with me. Because we have so many items to render in the frame now, it takes a little bit of time to scroll through. But it's not too long. So we'll just give it a minute. We'll get down to the bottom here. We're going to frame up the bottom half. Almost there. There we go. So we're going to frame this up. And then I'm actually just going to record it right here in my streaming software. So once again, I'm going to turn off this stuff. Let that run for a second because we're recording right now. If you're just tuning in, all of the camera and overlays are off right now because we are just recording the animation of this. All right. And then we're going to just scroll up to the top. Guess I can turn on my camera while we're doing this. So as we scroll up to the top, now we're just going to get to the top half. We're going to record that part as well. They will overlap. I didn't really pay attention to where the top half actually was because I know that these maps are not large enough that I have to do more than 2 frames. So when we get to the top right here, there's going to be some overlap. So we know we're covered there. All right, I'm going to turn off the camera. We're going to let this roll for a minute. There we go. Now, usually what I would do is just off stream, I would take this and I'd crop it out. I'd just do a clip recording, so it's a little bit easier to deal with. But right now I can do this. I can take that part of it out. Actually, no, sorry, that's not right. I forgot. We do want to import this at some point, but I'm going to do that off stream because we don't have enough time tonight. So what we'll do instead is I'll show you some of the other maps that I created using this tool, including a full-scale version of Phandalin from Lost Mine of Phandelver. Which is a personal favorite of mine. Hey, and look, it kept chat. That's what I wanted to do. Wait a second. Did I save this file? I did, actually. I did save the file. Indeed. Alexander, do you prefer Alex or Alexander? Thank you very much for the like. Welcome to the stream. A pleasure to have you on board today. Say peanuts without the T. No. Stop this. I refuse. Interestingly, for some reason, that did not come through on my chat. I don't know why. Maybe because it knows you're trying to troll me. But I've been on the internet for quite some time now, monsieur. And so, as a result, I know that the things are not the things. Michael, welcome. Thank you very much for the like. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for checking us out today. Appreciate it. This is our first stream on the Book of Faces. The new location, the new home for Baz and Bigley. The Baz and Bigley experience. Tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern, we'll be back with 2Play, Baz and Bigley Gaming. We're continuing to play through Miles Morales. So I'd love to see you there. We always have a great time. We have lots of laughs. And it's a great game, actually. We're enjoying it. So, and you might even catch the odd bout of gamer rage. I wish I could say it's odd. From Bigley, not from me. Sometimes I get a little ragey, but Bigley's the real player. Bigley's the real one who knows how to drop that rage. All right, so let's take a look at some. I'll show you some of the other things that we created. All right, this is Phandalin. So I'm going to load this up. Hopefully that worked. I don't really know if I've ever done this. Oh, look at that. Sweet. What? Did it stop? Are you lying to me, Windows? Looks like it's responding to me, just not very well. Here we go. I guess her team won/scored. Yeah, I believe they did. I think they did. Perez, I mean, you can have 2 saves, one for the bridge, and the next can be that stone below. Yeah, I don't know really what happened here. So I'll tell you what, let's head back to the bar and we'll get this sorted out. Toot sweet. All right, let's go back to the workshop. Here we go. Yes, hockey started indeed. We're going to quit out of this because that's a little bit janky. Let's go back to the bar, actually, just like so. Also, Alex, we're allowed to say penis on this stream. So, there you go. We're all grown-ups, right? All right, let me get this back up here and see if we can continue to show the flowscape. I guess I don't need that countdown right now, do I? Yeah, that's weird. It crashed. That's never. I'm glad it crashed after we saved, though. Can you imagine? An entire damn stream down the tubes. Well, I mean, we still had good times, so didn't we? Yeah, hockey started. It is going to be a bit of an odd season. Hey, Puzz, who's your team usually, man? Are you a Buffalo guy, or does the proximity make that unfeasible? Kind of like me with the Leafs. Yeah, it started. So Bigley's watching the game while I launch our future, the stream of our future, or the future of our stream is what I'm trying to say. But she is she's supporting me remotely. She's playing along downstairs. Hockey! Indeed. Hockey indeed. Well done. You're an idiot. Let's go. I'm going to pay for that later. But it was hilarious for now. Okay, let me see. Why aren't these loading? And I wonder... I did build them here. I wonder if I moved the directory where they are. Let's try something else. Here is an ice... like an ice mire setting that I created with the idea that it was going to be Icewind Dale-ish. It should be covered in ice, though, for that to be real. So I don't know what just happened. You saw it, like, render, and then it subtracted it. And I think this is why, actually. I can fix this real quick. There we go. Yeah. That's what we wanted. A little more snow-capped. But we also... Oh, just reset my settings. I guess that's punishment for me not doing a D&D stream for too long. Here we go. We've got ice. What is this life? I don't know why that... Hold on. That is all supposed to be under snow. Anyway, I'll have to tool around with this later. This is one that I made that is actually...
Idiot.
Thank you. She's fighting back, y'all. She's fighting back. Oh, I think it's because the water level is too... Maybe it is this, actually. Oh, it is this. It's totally this. There we go. This is supposed to be... like snow-capped. Anyway, it kind of looks something like that. So, it's really... The sun is really aggressive here, too, isn't it? Fix that up. I mean, we can come in and I can fix all this stuff anytime, but there we go. That's a bit better. So it is the height. Look at those ones on the side. They're not quite flush, are they? I feel like something kind of happened with my save files, maybe. Yeah. Anyway. That doesn't really work either, does it? In any case, there you have it. It's supposed to be like a frozen ocean with a ship that is clearly wrecked. I feel like it's supposed to be like this, but that was covered in snow. I don't know why. I think I'm just missing something here, but I'll have to mess around with it and find out. Anyway. Again, gonna have to... Oh my god, I'm in the bar. Thank you very much, Steph, for keeping an eye out. Here we go. This is the Icewind Dale, or part of one of the Icewind Dale maps that I was making for a homebrew campaign that I was building. So I'm glad that I was in the bar when you guys saw all that, because it's a little bit funky. I don't really know what happened here with that water. Like, it's supposed to be snow all up here, like you see on the other parts of it. I don't know why. I wonder if it just got too... Yeah, I don't know. Oh, it just got... I don't know what happened there. I don't know why that happened. But yeah, it looks like it... Oh no, that's the snow again. That's weird. Anyway, that's one. That's one. Let's see if we can get back to that, because I would love to show you that Phandalin one. Phandalin one is really cool. Here we go. Let's give that a minute to render. This will probably take a little while. There we go. Because it is completely... Where are you? That makes me nervous, because this is a full-scale map of Phandalin that I created, and now it won't load. That's very scary for me, you see. Hey, there we go. Oh my god. Oh, it just took forever to render. This map is absolutely huge, and there's a ton of stuff in it. So if you're familiar with Lost Mines of Phandalin, or Lost Mines of Phandelver, you'll know the town of Phandalin is one of the first major civilized areas that the characters get to. So when we look at this top down, let me just rotate this. Yeah, here we go. So this is Phandalin. We have the manor over here, the Redcliffe Manor. We have the entrance up here where Barthen's provisions are, all that good stuff. So this is, yeah, the full-scale map of Phandalin, which is that town. So Matt's Gamer 333, hello, welcome, good to see you. Welcome to the stream. How you doing? And Pop, one upside of being a being work at home is I get to stay up for the whole stream. Well, that's good to hear, Empot. And you can still get your sleep. We're about to wrap up, actually, as we just close out time here on the D&D Megastream every Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 4 p.m. Pacific Time. This is a good way to leave it up. But let's head back to the bar before we close out for the night, shall we? Yes. There it is, my friends. Thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. It really means the world. Captain Kyraxis, great stream, bro. Thank you very much. Appreciate having you by. Thanks for hanging out and watching tonight. A little bit of the D&D action. As we go forward, I'm actually going to be using these streams mainly to start preparing my actual game. So you're going to see a lot more of the process. We're going to talk about the writing of arcs, how they're crafted, creating encounters, monsters, what combat's like, how we build the maps. We're going to continue to build dungeons. I'll show you the other half of my map making suite, which is the Arkenforge Masters Toolkit, which is where I import things then to start adding animations and a much more of like a dungeon delving experience. So I do that for all of my interiors. Thank you again. This is the very first stream here on Facebook Gaming. Of course, as you guys know, you can catch us wherever you like to catch us. That's no problem too, but we will be making Facebook a big part of our streamosphere. Do come back tomorrow if you're available for Baz and Bigley Gaming. Steph and I will both be here playing through Miles Morales, continuing with the Spider-Man saga. We have a ton of laughs. We're highly interactive. We love to chat as we play. We have a lot of fun, and we usually end up with a tiny bit of rage, which is always entertaining. Just the right touch of gamer rage to make it real. Andrew, thank you very much for sharing the Discord. Do join us on Discord. Continue the community off stream. We are bringing in community gaming Monday nights, but our stream schedule here on Facebook will be Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. That is Wednesday, the D&D Megastream, which is 7 p.m. Eastern. Thursday, Baz and Bigley 2Play, Baz and Bigley Gaming at 7 p.m. Eastern. Friday morning at 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific Time, we have the Baz and Bigley Morning Show, which I'm really excited about. An all-new approach to the morning show, complete with features, segments. We're talking about the news, and we are always, of course, highly interactive and engaged with chat every single time we're online. And then we cap it off on Saturday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific, the way Saturday morning cartoons used to be with the pajama stream. We roll out in PJs, we play video games. It's super chill. I really hope to see you guys all back again. As we say on Baz and Bigley, happy gaming, be good to one another, and we will see you next time for another incredible streaming experience right here on Baz and Bigley. Rest well, my friends. Have a great night, and thanks for making this first stream one for the books. Peace. Yes, but I can't see it like in a log.
Oh, it was. That's
Go back and
it doesn't come up in the log.
No, like, you know how we have the events on Twitch?
Because like the
So I have
lights.
this like alert list that came up, but it only showed like a couple of things.
So every time someone liked, it came up on the screen with the like.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
that's all good. But I need like this for Facebook,
Right.
right? So I can see everything that happens, so I can look back and call to it.
watching, do you see the total viewers or you just see from one of them?